sure to let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. Cowboys razor blade thin at linebacker, and they want to get even smaller. I can't make this up, Cowboy Nation. I'm going to try to find some positivity out of this. But man, they're making it difficult for your boy. We're here live at Law Nation Studios, brought to you by Prize Picks and Beyond. Let's get it. As they say, Mama said, there will be days just like this. Yup. Come on. It's the room filler all the way up. Let's get it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let me know if the audio is straight. 1. Hear ye, hear ye. Hear ye, Cowboy Nation. It's a situation here that it's hard to put a finger on it. It's flat out hard to put a finger on it to get a pulse of it. A little too high. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. What about now? Audio better now? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know, every time it get kind of weird over here, but I got it all under control now. All right, so the Cowboys decided to release Rashaan Evans. He'll go through waivers, right? And I believe by the fact that we are razor blade thin, they could bring him back, add him to the practice squad, right? But they did this move to bring in Matt Waletzko. And Matt Waletzko is a guy that they drafted in the 5th round, I believe. He was the actual draft pick from Amari Cooper's situation. Who's old enough to remember the Amari Cooper situation? Who's old enough to know that Matt Waletzko will forever be in tune with Amari Cooper? So Matt Waletzko, could he help? Now, I look at Matt Waletzko. The last time I seen him, they had him playing at right tackle. I don't know whether or not they're going to move on from Terrence Steele and put him on the bench and put Matt Waletzko. That's more of the same, right? And you for dog sure not going to put Matt Waletzko on the left side because he didn't look that great the last time we saw him. So that is a whole nother can of worms. I would say this, let Awesome Richard play. I think that he was pretty good during the preseason and hope for the best down the stretch. I know Chuma Edoga wet the bed last game, but our issue is also with linebacker, and I don't see for the life of me the Cowboys moving this piece around for that piece and that piece around for that. Look, I'm speechless at this point. I don't know what we are doing over here, man. You know, maybe y'all can help me out.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Man, it's getting, you know, point to where it hurts. You know, it hurts here, it hurts there, it hurts all over. And point to me, what do we need the most? Offensive line, of course, help. And we need linebacker help. And if you're looking for Matt, well, let's go to help you out. That's not going to help. And if you're getting rid of a guy by the name of Rashaan Evans, who just last night, we had a semi-round table with my guys on the final word. And we were talking about linebacker play. Okoye been beating up the film on linebacker play, you know, on the fact that, yeah, Damone Clark, he's seeing things, but he's not processing things correctly, right? He's not shooting through gaps. He's not seeing what he's supposed to see and getting disengaged. He allowing the opposition to get inside his frame. And then he's making his move, and he gets swallowed inside. Pause, right? So it's one of those things, whereas we were talking a little bit about that. We were talking about the linebacker coach. He never coached linebacker before. We were talking about the interim linebacker or the assistant linebacker coach, and then we all know who his name is, and his name, put it down for me, Darian Thompson. And for the life of me, and I'm not saying that he can't coach, but when he played in the National Football League, he was a safety, not a linebacker. So it's crazy to me that the area where we have the most concern on our defense, we got the least experience. We got a guy who never coached linebacker, and on top of that, his assistant is a safety. So that explains a third of some of the issues right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't make this stuff up. I'm thinking that right now they might call me for linebacker. Law, can you play linebacker, man? Wait a minute. Is there something that's going to happen for us? Yes. Chris 214, look it up. Darian, my guy Darian Thompson is the linebacker coach, right? And he was just on his team. But and I'm not trying to dog the brother because it is what it is, but when people talk about nepotism, cronyism, and all of the isms here, we are seeing it right in our face. Now, the Cowboys, we are 10-5, not 5-10, but what we're seeing from a fan base perspective, we're not that far off. We're not that far off. If Cowboys finally take stuff serious and be a more disciplined team, play with the mindset to know that we can't have all of these penalties. We got to play a clean level of football. I would have us only losing 2 games. The 49ers and the Bills. The game that we just played last week was very close. What cost us? Hey, the quarterback or the team, the offense had the lead. Yes, it was by 1 point, but the opposing team had to drive 62 yards, and we gave them 15 with a face mask. We play weird defenses at times. Undisciplined. Sometimes discipline don't relates to a flag, but it could also be where your lane responsibilities are. Are you being a little too cute, Dan Quinn? A little eyeshadow here is not that bad. Shout out to the ladies with a little blush here and there. But when you cake it on too much, right? We sitting here like, hey, that's a little too much. You got an all-white suit on trying to give him a hug. Now your whole suit is creamy. You know what I'm saying? With caked up makeup. A little makeup ain't too bad. But sometimes Dan Quinn get a little too cute with it. And I'm only using this as an analogy, by the way. Hey, ladies, if y'all love makeup, hey, I'm not beating you up with that, But what we're saying is that sometimes a little too much. Just like cologne, you can't spray too much, just a little bit, shy, maybe on the back, shy. Sometimes you spray it in there and walk through it. But when you just spread it all the time, man, it's just too much cologne. And last I checked, ladies and gentlemen, if you put cologne on SHI, it's still going to be, I'm trying not to cuss, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. Our mindset got to be switched. Our thought process got to be switched. I was talking about this, and it hit me. The Ravens' defense is cultural driven. It's built off culture. No big eyes, no little U's, no hero ball, no, hey, look at me. The Ravens got all of that. They are sitting in the seat that we were sitting in week 1, week 2 for the first half of the season. And, of course, I'm not finna make it about the quarterback, but I also mentioned this right here, ladies and gentlemen. How the media portrayed the Cowboys defense earlier in the season, right? Who remember that? Who's old enough to remember that? And they discredit our quarterback, Dak Prescott, for it. for having this same style and type of defense. It appears that they embrace it for Lamar Jackson MVP run. But what I really want to speak on is only focusing in on the defensive side of the coin. Yes, they're number one in takeaways. Yes, they're number one in sack. Yes, they're number one in scoring. And we are trying to be a team that can go on the road to win a legitimate game. And we don't know who our linebackers are. Our linebackers pretty much are safeties. We don't have a true linebacker on this team that's playing Mike. We got Damone Clark, no shade upon Damone Clark, but he's a weak side linebacker. That's where he will flourish. Give him a shorter field to rally and chase. Let him be the field guy. Let someone else process and diagnose stuff to come down and shoot through gaps or to help aid on pointing people where to go. We got my guy Marquise Bell, who's phenomenal. But the only way he flourished if we got the lead, if we know we up by 7 or 14 points, when we know that teams are going to pass. But if teams are stubborn enough to just run the ball, last game is straight up evidence of that. And then we put Parsons off ball in the middle of the field, and he made some plays. But at this point, when I say that the Cowboys, the only team that can literally beat the Cowboys are the Cowboys, but now it seems as if though we self-sabotage ourselves. And I'm not beating up this particular team. We got the talent. We have the personnel. But we refuse to pay them. And instead of saying, hey, man, I'm wrong, we rather cut our nose off to spite our face. Let's just cut this man, right? We are, when I say razor blade thin, we are razor blade thin at linebacker. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we go into Detroit talk, we'll talk about that. I just want to say this right quickly. Yeah, talk about that fella right there. Hold on. I went into this conversation pool. This is me laughing about the whole situation and scenario. Rashaan Evans been waived by the Cowboys. And my initial response is, I can't make this stuff up. And I'm not being pessimistic. No, I'm trying to be optimistic about it. Because, hey, he's a year removed from having 159 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. You don't get that from your linebackers outside of a Parsons. You don't get that from the people that's on this team right now. It got to be TA Cowboys. It got to be April Fools. And then you can see the temperament and the temperature of the people that's in the chat. That all of these people, when we say these type of things, Matt Owens, the linebacker depths, yikes. We're not lying to kick it with y'all. We care about this team. We love this team. We want what's best for this team. And I'm not saying that the front office don't know what's best for this team. But look at the reactions from everyone. And then look. Big Rig TLC says the 49ers grabbed Joseph Day, the other day. Remember that? When you see an issue, when you have a problem, the best weapon for that is to make sure you cover that up. That is the best move you can do. This is not me with wee-woo stuff. There are people literally, ladies and gentlemen, they got teeth problem, right? One side of their mouth got a whole bunch of teeth, like a whole bunch of pain in their mouth, and they only chewing on one side. But they would rather go buy new shoes. They would rather go buy new clothes, garments, and stuff like that. Go to the game, but not taking care of the issue. And they've been eating on one side of their mouth for 3 years. And all they got to do is go to the dentist and get that cavity filled, right? Or purge that tooth out. There's somebody watching this show right now. Got pain whenever they drink on something or whenever they chew on something in their mouth. But their priorities are so backwards that they would rather go buy the new car. They would rather go buy the new cologne. Or for the ladies, they would rather go buy this new makeup kit, but not take care of themselves. They don't floss. They don't brush their teeth in the morning. The small thing, they don't gargle with anything. Right? Yeah. CT Madden say that, the dentist is too high, But don't know that if that tooth gets some type of bacteria trapped down inside, right? And they get all type of infections on something that they could have went on ahead and paid $400 on. But it can also lead to plaque buildup and can cause a heart attack just like that, you're gone. Or it can cause an aneurysm just like that and you're gone, right? But they would prefer to say, hey, man, it's too expensive, man. You know what I'm saying? Got halitosis, every time they talk to you, make your eyes watery, And that is what the Cowboys do at times. They would rather take the cheap route, right? They would rather not see the dentist. They would rather not extract the tooth, right? They would rather have the tooth just sitting back there decaying, rotting. Y'all know some people hitting people real hard. They like, dang, yeah, I'm going to go check out this dentist, man. Hey, Law Nation must finna have a dentist sponsor in a few. Hey, it is what it is. But the Cowboys just need to make sure that when we talk about taking care of business, you have every opportunity to do such. You have every chance to do such. Law, you're hilarious. I appreciate it. Toot says he go every 6 months, But neither here nor there, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Just wanted to express, the fact that we are talking about this real heavy out here. Because if you just go and let's see where Rashaan Evans is at. If we just go right here, and I'm not saying that Rashaan Evans is the end all be all, right? I'm not saying that is the situation there. But look, I even did the video on it. Hey, it is what it is. But not everybody are fools out here. We can literally see that we got a guy, or we had a guy, that's not afraid to come down and field, who's not afraid to shoot through the gaps here to make plays and make ends meet. And what are we doing? We're not taking care of the small things, ladies and gentlemen. But, hey, this is a story of a different day. I got people, and I'm going to play this right quick. And I'm not beating up Parsons, but let's listen to Parsons right quick.
And I'm saying this, right? They do not like – it's almost like the players just got to shut up and play, because no matter what we say, no matter what we complain about, we're not getting calls.
He said the players got to shut up and play. Well, how many rings – and I hear people saying that, hey, Gronk is wrong. Gronk shouldn't even address this. But how many rings do Rob Gronkowski got, right? I need to know. I want to know. Can somebody put down how many rings, how many Super Bowls he been in, how many game-changing performance he had in his career? And I get it. We're going to talk about the Flake Gate and all that stuff. I think that happened before him. But neither here nor there. How many? How many? I'm reading your comments now in the chat. I want to know how many rings do Rob Gronkowski got. He got 4 rings, right? 4 of them, right? Okay, so we're going to play this excerpt, and I'm not beating up Parsons. because Parsons responded to this man responding, to it. Keith says he had 3. Let's listen to what he had to say.
He's watching the Niners-Ravens game like everybody else, and he says down 21 and there are no shots or development throws. Should tell you all you need to know. Is this okay to do?
Okay. It's really weird that he's tweeting that out there. First, there's a saying out there. Losers focus on winners and winners focus on winning. And if you want to be a winner, you just got to focus on winning. It's really, really weird because in this case, though, Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the league. He might win Defensive Player of the Year this year. But on top of it, it's a team game. It doesn't matter how good you are as an individual. It matters about a team. And it's weird that he's tweeting that after a loss versus Miami in Miami, and then he's tweeting that about a team that absolutely dismantled the Cowboys when they played them this year. So it's just weird to me because he's an outstanding player and he's doing his thing this year, but you're worried about the San Francisco 49ers and you're tweeting about them. I really don't know what else to say besides it's a weird situation. I really don't know how to break it down from there.
Now, these networks, they're a little messy. Now, Up and Adams, I love her report. I love her show. And I know I see this. They tagged Parsons in it. They tagged doggone Brock Purdy in it. And, of course, that's just what it is, right? Now, all they had to do far as to keep this engagement down is to just have my guy Rob Gronkowski in the tag. Now, granted, 2 things can be true. This new media stuff, we trying to get used to it. Anybody who's pretty much around my age, it's hard, man, for us to get used to this new media. It's a necessary of 2 evils, I guess. But Gronkowski, he's right to a degree. At this point, let's lock in. Turn off all of the distractions. And I'm not saying that Parsons is distracted, right? But this dude got rings, right? This dude been to the top of the mountain multiple times, not one time. And I'm quite sure he had some nefarious things happening in his career. I thought that at one point they were saying that Rob Gronkowski is a dirty player. He had this robot arm on him, and he used to hit people with it as he catches the ball. I think he laid out one guy on the Bills team like Family Guy, injured him for the rest of the season. But he had his club-like thing on his arm, and they were saying that they should ban that, right? But if he was really listening to the 4-letter or 3-letter network, I think he wouldn't be focused. And I'm not beating up Parsons, by the way. He got the GOAT right there on his page. He got it pinned to the top. And Parsons, this is an unnecessary fight to me. This is an unnecessary energy to me. And this is Parsons' response. Prime example of let's attack the person rather than address the topic. Yes, because it's so weird, a football player is talking about football on a website. Where can you write your own thoughts and opinions? Agree, Parsons is right. I agree. I flat out agree he's right with this. 2 things can be true. But some things are better left unsaid. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And we love Parsons. We're going to be running around here growling like lions when he make a sack. We're going to be buying number 11 jerseys, right? We're going to, for sure, vote for him for any Pro Bowl accolades, for anything that we can to bring up his name and everything. But these type of things, ladies and gentlemen, is just new energy, man. It's just new to us, man. It's new, man. It's just new, man. And I'm trying all I can, to reel this in. But it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. But this is the new wave, y'all. It's just what it is. And we rock with Parsons. We going to pick his side. But at the end of the day, we sitting there like, hey, man, we get where you coming from. But can you hush? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But that's pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, the root of most of all of this conversational pool, ladies and gentlemen. It's a situation that the Cowboys find themselves in multiple times, whereas we will be having a conversation and it structure itself around those topics. I got some super chats that I didn't get a chance to read out yesterday. We're going to read these super chats, and then we're going to let me see I don't know if I can pull it up on the screen like this. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. If that's okay with y'all, bear with me. We should be able to pull it up real quickly. Then we'll open up the phone lines, and we'll do a whole bunch of other stuff today. I think I got enough time today opposed to yesterday. And we went and saw Color Purple yesterday. Color Purple was a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, please go out and show your support for it. It's a really good movie. All right, and y'all bear with me. And it's a little too big there, huh? Can't read everything. Let me pull it like this. Boom. We'll figure it out. All right. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I get to y'all super chats from the previous day. I told you guys I was busy as a bumblebee, and we were trying to get out to go see the movies and stuff, and hang out with family, and we had a great time just the other day. But and we'll get right to the topic as soon as we get these super chats. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, so it started. Let's see. Yesterday was the 26th. And shout out to Jay Diz. He says TP need those panoramic glasses. He do, man. He do. And I don't want to peel back that before we get into this Detroit situation. Dirty Sanchez says Ezekiel Elliott does not fumble the ball on the goal line. I agree, man. Teams that's winning around this time of the year are teams that prepare. And we were not prepared to get short distances. And we look at both situations. One being Brandon Cooks could have leaned in to get that touchdown. Two being that Tony Pollard could have ran straight to the pylon. Three being that we put a cold fullback that didn't get a chance or an opportunity to run it down inside. The opportunity to be prepared, and he fumbled the ball, whether it's Dak Prescott's fault or his fault. The team lost. The team couldn't punch it in. All right, here's Too Cool for the $4.99 super chat. He says, I see why Rodgers used to change the play when Mike was the head coach. He's right. Rodgers used to change some of the plays there. $1.99 super chat. He says, would have paid $6 million for Zeke and them 12 touchdowns. This is from D Shift. Yeah, hindsight is one hell of a drug, right? I agree with you. $6 million right now is cheap for 12 touchdowns. That would change the complexity of a lot of things. $5 super chat from Chris214. Never understood why people thought it was so out of whack to play him at linebacker, and he's talking about Michael Parsons when we drafted him for linebacker. Let me say this though. We drafted the guy for linebacker, right? And we put him on the edge. We don't need to keep him on the edge when it's heavy run pursuit. It was the whole argument, right? It's kind of like we seen this storyline before. We drafted Byron Jones because we needed a defensive back to be a cornerback, right? Because we kept getting burnt like toast, and the other dude didn't live up to the expectations. I forgot the kid's name, Claiborne, I believe. Yeah, Claiborne didn't live up to the expectations. We drafted a dude, and we put him at safety. We put him inside the nickel, And then when we started looking at tape, it took a different coach to come in and say, you know what, we're going to play Byron Jones like they played Richard Sherman. And I think he went all pro his first year out there at cornerback, right? But he still had some negative traits of when he played safety. I will say this to my grave. When we had him in 2016, I want you guys to go back and watch Byron Jones versus the tight end in that game. When he was off ball, he didn't really do much. He gave up a lot of real estate, but when he pressed, whoever he pressed, Byron Jones was technically sound. But it was always when we played him off, he just couldn't gauge in. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's like trying to put, toothpaste back in the tube now. That's water under the bridge, right? Right, let me move on. All right, this is from Branday. He says, I was on Twin Live yesterday. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Twin hurt a little bit, Hello, Law. This is from Bootzilla. Appreciate you for the $10 support. Hello, Law. I love your show. It's truly inspiring and funny. I would love to be a moderator on your site. I hope you consider me for the position. Go Cowboys. Shout out to you, Bootzilla. You should be a mod. They need to let Can't Get Right Sam Williams play more. Yeah, David A. White, you need to let him play more. And this is from Perry Locke, my dog. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. He says, Locke, can you please explain to me what happened to CD in the second quarter after cooking to start, Okay. I don't have no clue why they didn't go back to CeeDee Lamb. We can look at time of possession. The Miami Dolphins, if you look back at the tape, in the second and third quarter, they led us with time of possession. They kept the ball longer than we could, and the Cowboys were pressing. I think that the Cowboys, to me, Mike McCarthy, he gets stale sometimes. It seems as if, though, he's trying to do too many things. Too many things. Either you're going to be the head coach or the play caller. And granted, we can't use that as excuses because there's plenty of head coaches that call plays. So somehow Mike McCarthy got to get, maybe give him a snack. Mike, you need some chips or something, man? You need a quick meal, Sometimes you lose focus when you ain't concentrated. Give him some milk or something. That's probably what it is. Mike McCarthy, give him a Twinkie. No offense to the big brother, but give him something to eat. Yeah, that's what he needs. That's probably what it is. he loses some type of focus, Give him some Brazilian nuts or something, man, something with high fiber to keep his mind focused, man. Give him something, man. Give him water or something. Make him sweat. Do something, man. Come on, somebody said it's rigged. Come on, that's what it is, huh? That's what it is.
What more do you want from me?
Come on, Mike. We need for you to be a better play caller in the third quarter, Mike. Hey, in the beginning of the game, you really be dialing in, But in the second and the third quarter, you disappear. Somebody Uber Eats Mike, That's what I'm going to start saying. Uber Eat him, man. Come on, man. DoorDash him. Bring him something, give him a sneaker. Yeah. Mike needs a sneaker. That's what it is. Because he sometimes will call these bland plays, and we sitting here like, come on, man. What happened to the deep cross? What happened to the underneath the drag? What happened to Gavante Turpin? He's on this team. I think somewhere he ran a 4.2 something, 4.29 something, 4.3 guy, Put him on the end around. Feed the diva, CeeDee Lamb, spam him, Do something, man. Come on. All right, so that was that super chat. Let me keep moving. Y'all know I get long-winded with this, and I appreciate y'all for standing with me, okay? And then we got D1 with the $20 support. He says, Law on the road, we need to go no huddle and call the game from the line. This gives more time for the play clock, help decrease crowd noise and levels, and keep the defense from timing our snap. Give control back to Dak. This is from D1 Roberts, man. Appreciate you for the $20 super chat. You right. We win this game if Chuma Edoga give Dak Prescott a 10th of a second. That's crazy. That's all we need. Or chip the doggone dude that's coming off of a free release. And if you're thinking that the Lions are not looking at this tape, they are. And the Lions are hungry, And we talking about Detroit. All right, so Too Cool says, just look at the outside linebacker, running back, linebacker in free agency. Jerry stayed trying to finesse. And he's right. He's right. Jerry loves to finesse. If we want to, okay, I got that, Ryan. Appreciate you. Thank you for that tweet. This season is pretty much over with, as far as the personnel that we have. We are too slow when some valuable pieces or options come out because there's no ramifications whether we move or not. The reason why the Niners or Howie Roseman, and I'm not giving Howie his flowers or anything, but I'm talking about other teams that's in contentions. The reason why they can move swiftly, or the reason why they can pull triggers on players quickly when they are released, right? Because they got bigger desires than we do. You see, if we were 5-10 right now instead of 10-5, the only people will be at threat of losing their jobs would be Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy. If the Niners were 5-10, the people that will be at threat of losing their job will be multiple levels of people: the coaching staff, the GM, the associates, the people that's working in the building as it operates through the scouting department and beyond. And the same could be said for the Eagles, right? So when you are running a mom and pop's business, and people that runs moms and pop businesses, right? 9 times out of 10, if I had a mom and pop business, right, and Twin is one of my guys that's working under me, right, and he start effing up some stuff, or if he's not even effing up stuff and he's trying to do what he knows what's best for the business and the organization, and there's somebody beneath him or somebody who graduated higher than him, somebody that got more accolades, PhD and beyond. But by the nature of the mom and pop business, Twin is making more, about 2 to 3 times more than that said person. Why? Because it's my brother. I'm putting him on. And it's family business. That's how it goes. So when it's good when you run it as a small business, but when you are a larger business, right? When you are a bigger business, you got loose ends. And I'm only using my brother, the Twin maker, for an example, right? He can be caught with one of the girls down on the floor, 3rd floor, you know what I'm saying? He can get caught up by smusing some of the staff, the female staff. And I sit there and tell him like, hey, bro, hey, hey, man, what you doing late? Hey, man, we got no fraternizing around here in this company policy. What you gonna do about it? Hey, you're right, we put some cover over that. But if it's any other company, any other business, he's fired. And that's what's going on within the confines of this particular organization and franchise. There's no accountability from the in-between parts, right? So that's what's going on. And that's why they move a little slower. There's no ramification. There's no punishment if we didn't move to go get Joseph Day, right? Or we keep somebody, or we cut a Rashaan Evans and bring up a Matt Walesko, or if we hold on Matt Walesko knowing that it's 2 or 3 years down the line that, hey, man, he ain't worth the ground that he's walking on. And no offense to Matt, well, let's go. He may be the next greatest thing since sliced bread. But as fans, we just got to sit back and watch the movie. Unfortunately. Don't come get me, Jones family, but y'all know I'm telling y'all what I'm telling y'all, you know. Yes, indeed. But that's just how other organizations operate and move, though, you know, and we as fans going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. That's just how it is, y'all. That's just the way it is. Hey, in the words of this song.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right.
I don't make the rules, y'all. I don't make them at all. You know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Y'all know how it is. Shoot, somebody right now got a mom and pop's business, and Tyrone sitting here burning up stuff. You want to get rid of him, but you can't. You know, you want to get rid of him, but he like, oh man, you know, he's friend of the family, man. He can't get right. Maybe we move him into, he was in two different departments. He's in the financial department. He burnt that one to the ground. They put him in the legal department. People getting arrested now, you know, getting shot up and stuff. Maybe we put him in arts and development department. He's sitting here slinging the artwork around, you know. Man, it's just what it is, man. That's how we run sometimes. But we have been decent enough to be 10-5. Evans is only 27. I feel you. I don't make the rules, y'all. That's just how it is, man. All right.
Now we are joined by the Athletics' John Machota here on 105 to the Fan. Morning, John.
Can y'all hear that?
Morning, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, John, anytime I get a chance to talk to you, I just got to lead off with this. When you look at the supporting cast that this Cowboys team has this year, have you stopped to consider, like, how different would this team be if they had 9 back there at quarterback?
It's an inside joke you guys are doing here.
I'm done, man. I'm damn done, man. I don't even want to listen to it. Ryan, man, you sent me this, man.
Nobody, they can come closer than close.
We ain't gonna never let this stuff go, man. Hey, man, I'm just sitting here, man. Look, man. You know, why we ain't never gonna let this go, man? Why don't we ever let this go, man? I'm so tired, man. Well, fast forward to what time slot, man, because it's, and I appreciate you, Ryan, for sending me that video, but man, all right.
Man, that's a good one, Bobby. I don't think it would be much different than it is right now. I think they're in a really good spot at the quarterback position. But no, I appreciate the joke. I didn't know where you were going with that at first, but then knowing you.
So are you part of the I hate Dak, I'm a full Romo fan? Is that what you're saying?
It's just I routinely would comment on his tweets for about 5 years. Just every time he'd say anything about the team and just say, yeah, but could you imagine if 9 God had this? Like, could you imagine?
To your defense, though, Bobby, it's not like I don't still see that from a lot of people.
Sure.
So it is. That's why real. I find it humorous, because it's Romo was a really good player. There's no question about it. But health-wise, it was going to be hard to even put him back out on the field without him getting hurt. But there's still people that will claim that if you put him back out on the field in 16, then they just march on and win the Super Bowl that year.
Optimism about Tyron Smith being available.
All right,
Mike McCarthy's always going to give us the same line on Monday, Wednesday, whatever it is. Of, well, he's got a chance to play. He's got a shot. And that's kind of just the standard line that we get. Do you think there's legitimate optimism about Tyron Smith being available and ready to go for this Detroit game?
I do. And now this is only walking. This isn't blocking anybody or having to use your back. But I can tell you, I mean, seeing him yesterday in the locker room, he was moving a lot better than he was a week ago. And Jerry mentioned at your guys' station about the getting probably was a cortisone shot, I would think. He said injection. Maybe that helped. But I think that there's a really good chance that Tyron is back for this game.
when you have the issues that you had with Edoga, which are really
before they go into the Edoga situation, it's like Russian roulette now. You know what I'm saying? I would say this though. I don't want to put Tyron back out there to get hurt. I need Tyron for the playoffs. So if Tyron is if his back is good to go, then let's make sure it's good to go. But don't put him out there to save face, right? And we should figure this out regardless of whether it's Edoga or Awesome Richards, or if you can move, and that's what my guys on the Final Word were saying, just move Tyler Smith at left tackle, rip the Band-Aid off and say, hey, that's your baby, that's your spot. But right now, Tyler Smith is playing a hell of a good job at that guard spot outside of holding calls that they like to call on us. But let's go.
Confusing because a lot of it just seemed like missed assignments. And he's been practicing a lot with the first team this year with Tyron getting a number of rest days. Do you think there's anything within their mind or within their thought process that says, hey, if Tyron Smith is down, if we lose him during the playoffs, we can't go back out there with Edoga again? This has got to be a conversation about Tyler Smith bouncing at tackle and TJ Bass playing inside.
No question about it. When it's win or go home, and you don't know that, yes, this is 3 years in a row that you've made the playoffs, but you don't know that you're going to make it next year. You don't know that you'll make it anytime in the next 5 years. So when you have the chances they have, I just think that that's the no-brainer thing that you have to do. Is it ideal? Of course not. You'd love to keep Tyler Smith at left guard. But if it's, playoffs and Tyron Smith's not coming back, I think you have – I don't think there's any question about it. I was talking with some reporters the other day about what if Terrence Steele was to go down, what do you do? And I'm like, if it's a win-or-go-home game, you put TJ Bass at right guard and you kick Zach Martin out to right tackle. I know that's not his ideal position. He doesn't want to play it, but that's just what you have to do. If it's win or go home, you got to make different changes than you would do in week 14, week 13, whatever.
Wants versus needs. And we all love Zach Martin. He was like, I don't want to. I'm not going to. And that's not something that we're going to beat him up on. But when to go home, we need our best tackles out there. Zach Martin probably be the best tackle on this team. We got to, with the 32nd pick next year, if we win it all, we got to go get O-line for your mind. We got to go get something inside to help us out, right? Or with whatever pick we pick next year, let it be somewhere to help this team out. Let's stop putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. Let's stop that. Great teams figure that stuff out and they don't fester and have it lingering forever. They don't. Law, do you have any truth to that? Yes, I do. The Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes would have 3 rings already if they had a better offensive line. They saw an issue with their offensive line. The very next year, they made sure and everything in their power to get it right. They made sure, whether it be acquisitions, draft, they didn't play around with it. Now, granted, this year they have issues with their wide receivers. Lo and behold, I'm quite sure that heading into next season, they won't have that issue again. They're going to make sure they shore that part up. Look, I'm not making this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking about this offensive line since 2017 with this issue. Musical chairs with this offensive line. We've been having issues over and over again. And the offensive line, you only strong as your weakest link or good as your weakest link, however that saying goes. Y'all can put it down in the chat. Law, do you have any truth to that? Yeah, 2017, we had a healthy Travis Frederick. a healthy Zach Martin, a terrible bruised and battered Tyron Smith. We put a Chaz Green in there, and he's still giving up sacks, I believe, somewhere. We got to make sure that we can shore up those loose ends. Law, do you have any more truth to that? The Ravens had issues with their linebacker. The first thing they did was, Rashaan Evans is available, open to the market for a second and a fifth round draft pick. They didn't jog, they ran and scooped him up. I'm talking about in 2017. Frederick was healthy in 2017. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? I'm going all the way back. I know that's 7 years ago. that goes to show you how long we've been having these type of small issues. Get out of the way. There we go.
John Machota, The Athletic, covering the Cowboys here on 105 through the Fan. All right, so they got Detroit here this weekend, home game, and then they go to Washington, but that's not really a statement game on the road. Did they miss their chance for sort of that statement victory, or does beating a Lions team, a good one, at home, give them that same sort of boost?
I don't think it gives them the same one at all. Psychologically, there's just no way. They've just been too good at home to where they would feel like, that's the same thing. And they're just comfortable at home. I mean, they've been, these last 2 seasons, the best team in the NFL at home. So I don't think that even beating a good Lions team does that for them. But I do think that the way they played against Miami has a little bit of that feel of the way they played in Philadelphia, where it's a loss, but then after that, there was a little bit of a confidence built there, and then they went on to win, I think, 5 games after that. I do see some of that from the Miami game, that if they were to go on the road in the playoffs and won multiple playoff games on the road against a good opponent, I do think that they would look back at that Miami game and go, hey, I think that was a big help there. But I also think to a certain extent, there is a little bit of that with Washington as well, just because of the fact that they played so poorly at the end of the season last year at Washington that I think if they just go out there and have a good showing there, I think that'll be a little bit of a confidence boost too, but nothing like if they would have beat Miami or played better at Buffalo.
No doubt. I love the observation, analysis there from John Machota on those type of things, right? And I'm going to go back to my other point when I pull this up, because I'm seeing people, they don't trust Dak Prescott. They like to beat up the quarterback. This quarterback is being carried. This is coming from our own fan bases. And not one word mentioned when the Ravens do stuff like this. Lamar Jackson, all he got to do is just stir the ship. Don't wreck it, right? Is he a guy that is he throwing better completion percentage than Dak right now? Nope. Do he have more yards than Dak throwing the ball? Nope. Is his QBR better than Dak? Nope. But are they winning? Yep. At the end of the day, who's talking about MVP run? Lamar Jackson is entered into the room. Oh, now he's a difference maker, right? You get a short field. You get 5 INTs in one game. But let that be the Cowboys. Y'all would have been destroying the quarterback to the degree whereas y'all would be still saying, oh, man, it's the defense. It's defense. It's defense. Nobody eat our own like the Cowboys fans. Y'all be so ready if we had the same circumstances that the Ravens have right now. You guys, if you had the same record, the next question would be, yeah, that's all good. That's regular season. But what can he do in the postseason? And you can't say, nah, that ain't the case nor the scenario, because when we had this, number one in takeaway, number one in sack, number one in scoring, y'all was complaining. Y'all was pissed off, angry, and upset.
No, you talk about that. It's reminiscent of the Philly game, and it was in several ways in terms of it felt like, and this has been my criticism of them this year, is that in close games, it feels like they're always losing on details. It's always small things. It's little nuances. That's where they are really separated from some of the other big contenders. Is any of that fluky, do you think? Or is it just this team has some issues playing in tight ball games and really being on top of things?
I just got to be honest with this. I think Brian Broaddus has the best take on this that I've heard so far, and it's a better take than I've heard from anybody in the locker room. And maybe it's because they don't want to say it, but I do think it is the communication. I do think that it is pre-snap stuff, and the reason why I think it is that is just because of when I wrote a story a couple weeks ago about the Dak "Here We Go," and just hearing the reaction from that, including from a member of the coaching staff, so talking about how much they worked on that in the offseason because communication was such a big thing, spending hours on trying to come up with "Here We Go." I don't think they're doing that just for fun because then they're like, hey, this will be cool. This will catch on, like, Peyton Manning yelling Omaha. No, they did that because there were significant issues there that they did not like, and I think we see those crop up on the road because of the fact that you have to go silent count. You have to do things that are more, during the week. Hey, when we get in the situation, you have to do that as opposed to being able to check and everything's a lot cleaner when you're at home. The crowd's quiet when you have the ball. I think that is the number one reason why they've had the issues on the road is the communication issues at the line of scrimmage offensively.
Is there any hope that 2 weeks remaining in the season, you're going to be able to iron those things out before you're likely going on a road run for the playoffs?
If they have their best 5 starting offensive line, I believe so. Yeah, I will say it's not just Tyron Smith; it's anybody on that starting 5 offensive line. If they have to play a backup there, I don't like their chances really to win any of their playoff games. If they have that best 5 back out there, I think that because their continuity, how much they've played together, I think a lot of that stuff can get ironed out. I know they did have that in Buffalo, but I just thought the Buffalo game was just completely out of control right from the beginning, and you just never thought they were going to have a chance in that game. But
that's my God, I'm going to share this, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me share this to you guys so y'all can hear the full interview without me pausing and rewinding. Do John Machota and salute to 105.3 The Fan. Be sure to check them out. Always say they don't do a good job at all. 105 don't do a good job. Y'all let them know. They do a great job, though. They do a great job. I still love their points or what have you and their content that they provide. I agree with John Machota to this degree. Outside of Lamar, the other MVP candidate, Brock Purdy, he looked like one of y'all that was in the chat. He looked like one of y'all throwing the ball in the chat. And all they had to do is just take away Trent Williams. He's 0-4 without Trent Williams. He don't even look like a quarterback without Trent Williams. You move Trent Williams, I ain't talking about Debo, I ain't talking about CMC. You just move Trent Williams. And he can't hit water if he fell off a boat. I can't make this stuff up. He's Superman with the kryptonite wrapped around his body. When you just move one piece. Granted, I would say this with this particular team. Offensive line do counts. Just maybe if we had Tyron Smith healthy in the Cardinals game, maybe we win that one. Maybe we do win this past game. And the whole complexity and the whole thought track of everything changes. But all of a sudden, yes, indeed, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it, right, ladies and gentlemen?
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night.
Let me know if I'm wrong. What did Brock Purdy look like without Trent Williams? Trent Williams on the sideline jogging, got a growing pain. And I was telling y'all, I said, you know what? The Ravens put a good number on that on the 49ers. And the last time a team did that, they lost 3 games in a row. And if they don't fool around and have Trent Williams, all of that stuff, that cute stuff that they was doing, even the Ravens called him out, and they didn't say blueprint, but they said, man, all of that basketball on grass stuff, it lowers who the 49ers really are. And it also paint a picture that, damn it, we may not only be front runners too then. They might be front runners as well. You know, if they don't have the lead or what have you, then they may not even look like the Niners. Yeah, Jay Worthy, yeah, I see he says Brock Purdy looked like DeVito. Yes, he did. He looked like Tommy and them. You know, he like they're related, you know. Yeah, it looked like they were related, like same quarterback. But for those who just not tuning in, the topic was or is that the Cowboys are razor blade thin at linebacker, and they decided to say, "Hey, man, let's trim some more fat. You know, let's be even more small. we thinking big over here. You know, we gonna get even more smaller. You know, we're gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's just what it is, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is who we are. And there's nothing we can do about some of the other things. James, shout out to you, man. He says the X-Files. The X-Files theme music on Trent Williams. Trent Williams something else, ain't he? Shoot, Law, just put me in at linebacker. Sure, I may need to lose a few pounds, but I still got that dog in me. Yes, indeed. Zach, come on, put Zach out there.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, you know I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Boy, we got a doggone basketball team out there at linebacker. We do. We got the basketball team out there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, 6'3". What's your height? 6'3", 205. What's your height? 6'3", 215. You know, we got a basketball squad, man. We're going to be running 5. I sure hope the Jimmy Ring of Honor can give us a boost. The announcement is wearing off. Yep. Here's what I'm thinking, Chris 214. We are a car. We are a Ferrari. We are a sports car. That's a better way to say it. We are not an F-150. We are a sports car really with a trailer hitch on the back of it, and we are trying to pull stuff that way. When all in actuality, we need to just go ahead and get the F-150. But we play like that, unfortunately. We play like a sports car. And if we can't get the lead, if we can't maintain the lead, it's going to be a long night for us, you know. Never hate 105. Yes, indeed. Yeah. We never hate them. Nah, they good. They good people, man. Them N1310, the ticket, all of those boys are really good. We a Kia. Nah, Ghostface. Nah. Kia don't give you 10 of them now. You know, Kia probably give you 4.5. Kia probably give you what Washington team did. Kias may do what. Nah, they're giving them too much right there for even what the Giants did. And the Giants literally had the Eagles, but that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. We got to win the Super Bowl. The way we win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to try to pull this up real quick. Ooh, I'm glad you got this segue on. Oh, I'm supposed to talk about Detroit. Okay, we're going to talk about Detroit too. But I'm glad my guy talked about this so I can bring this in. Appreciate everybody. Go ahead.
When I look at the Cowboys, I came away from this game with the Dolphins actually feeling better about the Cowboys.
Listen up.
And the reason is this Cowboys team can win a Super Bowl if they simply change their mindset. In points per game, they're 5th in the league. They're 7th in sacks. They're 5th in pass yards given up per game. But stats are like bikinis, guys. They show you a lot, but they don't show you everything. And for the Cowboys, it's more about their mindset, their want to. It's about gut. So when I look at Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and all these talented guys that they have on the back end with Stephon Gilmore and Deron Bland, they have to make a decision that when the play is going to be made, we are going to make it. Yeah. We're not going to allow teams to come and bully us at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to earn the right to rush the passer by stopping the run. And we've seen these playoff teams, the 49ers, the Ravens, the Lions. They are great running teams. So the Cowboys have to change that mindset because they have the personnel and they have the scheme and they have the quarterback. So I do believe this Cowboys team can win a Super Bowl, but it all starts up top. When I look at the Cowboys,
he's spitting facts, y'all. And he said the Cowboys can win the Super Bowl. Simply got to change the mind, you know. And that's what all I'm saying. I've been saying the mindset for about 4 or 5 years now. Mental capacity, your mindset. You know, if you think it, you can achieve it, right? You got to know it, but it also got to be in the heart. That's why when they spit in their mind, you got to be able to spit it from the heart. When you give speeches, you know, you wrote all of the stuff down and all of that. No, deliver it from the heart. Even if you're wrong, man, I've been so wrong on all of this stuff, man. But y'all know when I give my message from the heart, when my voice start chipping a little bit, you know, y'all know, like, man, I feel what Law is saying, man. You know, I was watching a show with my lady, and it was like Married to Madison. The lady, Miss Jackie, she had a written message because she said something bad back in 2019 about black women when they in their trimester, when they going through pregnancy, they sometimes over exaggerate on their pain. But she read her statement from a prompter. But I truly believe in the hearts of hearts, if she just say what she means, really means from her heart, people would receive it. And if she show a little humility with dignity, then people will understand and say, you know what? Hey, you know, damn, man, it was 2019. But if she showed it from her heart, sincere, an apology, people would receive it a little bit better and say, you know what? Even though that woman never had kids, man, boy, we know that she messed up. We're going to give her a little grace, a little mercy. But when people don't, when they try to, when this team is not giving you their all, we see a little bit of it. A third of y'all, especially the people that went to the Bills game, that called in, that went to the Bills game and said, man, the Cowboys on the sideline was aloof. They were lethargic. They could have had the runs. But, man, they didn't give heart, man. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for heart. We're looking for people that leave it all out there on the field. And that is what RG3 is saying. Like, it started with the mindset. We got the pieces. I told my guy, Corey, just the other day, hey, man, look, we was in the group chat. We may not have the temperament that the Ravens have as far as their team and their accolades for right now. But we do have the personnel. We just not using it. And then he said, yeah, you're right. We do have the personnel, but we just don't use it. I know the real reason why Izzy ain't out there on the field. And it's something simple. It's something small. Only me and Shango heard the exchange. It happened months ago before the season even kicked off. But to see that brother not out there on the field let me know that the Cowboys hold a lot of grudges, man. Let that stuff go, man. It's all about winning. You drafted that kid Izzy for a reason. And he have just as much football playing time as we watching right now. So last night when Okoye, ain't nothing better than when things touch and agree. When Okoye said last night that he would put Izzy in over Jordan Lewis, that let me know for sure there wasn't no wee-woo with that assessment. Because he went to fight for Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis followed the man. Jordan Lewis retweeted the thing that my guy Okoye said. But for him to say that let me know for sure he wasn't there. Only two people was there to hear the exchange, and I'm not going to go into details of it, was me and Shango. So when we seeing things like this happening with the team that we don't like, we love this team. That we sitting here like, come on, man. Y'all got to let some of that stuff go. Because we do know over there in Ravensland, they're going to play the best man. They're going to play the best man. And one thing people can't do to us that know the game, that seen the game, that live the game, probably didn't play the game on the NFL level. You can't bullsugar us. You can't tell me that Izzy had that performance in the playoff last year, that all of a sudden he fell off the map. But that's just one piece of it. That rabbit hole is real deep, and we ain't finna go too deep into that rabbit hole. But y'all know what we talking about. Are we the Cowboys or are we the political boys? So I'm not mad. And I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. And I'm definitely not choosing sides. But this dude got him some.
Okay to do.
Let me
Watching the Niners,
this dude got some
everybody
things.
else, and he says down 21, and there are no shots or development throws. Should tell you all you need to know. Is Micah? Is this okay to do?
Okay, it's really weird that he's tweeting that out there. First, there's a saying out there. Losers focus on winners, and winners focus on winning. And if you want to be a winner, you just got to focus on winning. It's really, really weird because in this case, though, Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the league.
When you hear that from Gronkowski, although he may just be a meathead or whatever you guys may think of him, what do he have to gain from this? He never played for the 49ers. He never played for the Cowboys. He's not out here looking for clickbait stuff. But there will be people to say, hey, man, this dude is a fool. He's foolish. This dude is trying to tell the youth. He's trying to tell Parsons, look, man, just focus on winning, man. But we would take what he say and say, oh, man, this dude is hating, man, you know.
He might win Defensive Player of the Year this year. But on top of it, it's a team game. It doesn't matter how good you are as an individual. It matters about a team. And it's weird that he's tweeting that after a loss versus Miami in Miami, and then he's tweeting that about a team that absolutely dismantled the Cowboys when they played them this year. So it's just weird to me because he's an outstanding player and he's doing his thing this year, but you're worried about the San Francisco 49ers and you're tweeting about them. I really don't know what else to say besides it's a weird situation. I really don't know how to break it down from there.
That's all I wanted. I wanted to re-echo that. And I'm not saying that Parsons is a terrible guy. I'm not saying that. We all love Parsons, man. Hey, shout out to Podcast Parsons. I can't wait. Did he do the Bleacher Report yet? You know, I want to hear his thoughts on this Miami game. But across the board, a lot of men got a lot of this type of mentality that they like to talk about this type of stuff now. And I've been hearing this throughout social media now. Whatever happened to man law? Whatever happened to focus on what you can control? Whatever happened to mindset? I'm going to play this one, and I'm not saying that this is Parsons, but what I'm saying is collectively, for the youth, what's going on with our man out here, man? Look at this.
My birthday, a Nike tech suit, some t-shirt.
Let me see if I can play this right here. Hold on. Let me see. I said, come on, man. Whatever happened to man law? You know, my brother said it might be a skit, though, but it is really, 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 really the modern day people, modern day man out here.
So this is really all I'm doing for my birthday. A Nike tech suit, some T-shirts, and some white Air Force Ones. That's it.
I mean,
that's all I'm getting.
You really need this because the ones you have right now, you had them for a year.
Okay, whatever. I'm saying, but like, you didn't even spend much money on this. Like on your birthday, I got you Louis luggage on your birthday.
Okay.
Louis luggage. Know how much money that cost me?
I did spend a good amount, and I feel like it's the thought
that cost some Vans. You didn't spend no good amount. You spent about that's 220, 90, 100 for those. You spent about 350.
What they do this
So
at?
you're being ungrateful?
I'm not being ungrateful.
Because I do have
what I'm saying is,
gift for you for Christmas, and you're not
because of that Christmas talk. No, I'm saying my birthday and Christmas are two different things. They not the same thing.
Come on, man.
On your birthday, you got Louis luggage. So this is.
What's going on with our men out here, man?
All I ask.
Hey, man, come on, man. What's going on with them, man? Don't give me nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't want no shoes. I don't want nothing. I don't want none of this stuff. I can go get my own shoes. But this man is sitting there like, hey, you only gave me these shoes, this track suit. I gave you Louis. It's a tick for tack stuff now with the fellas. That's what we doing now. I know it's got to be a skit. Please, y'all tell me that. Like, let me know who the people that's playing in this skit. Riggs, what's going on now, Riggs? What's going on with my fellas out here, man? But I'm only want to bring light to the situation. What happened to man law, man? Come on, man. Let's open up the phone lines, man. Just give me a little smell good, you know what I'm saying?
Call my phone.
Oh my God, man. Don't be like that dude right there, y'all. Don't be like him. I can't make this stuff up.
There are 6 participants in the
I know.
conference.
All right, gotta change the audio again, probably. All right. Yeah, mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's an evil world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, he was mad. Hey, that's all you gonna give me? It's some Air Force Ones? Yes, indeed. Yeah. Fellas, man, I know y'all got your drawers and your socks this Christmas, and that's good, man. Shoot. Hey, when Father's Day come around, we get things that we need to work on, right? Lawnmower, rakes, weed eater, you know what I'm saying? I be happy with those, set of $2. You know, some of y'all be mad. Y'all be mad at those gifts. That's good gifts, man. Shoot. I love to wear me a nice tie, you know, some nice socks and drawers, you know. Yes, indeed. But look, we used to have the mindset if we want something out there, we go get it ourselves. We ain't leaning on a woman to go get. Oops, I'm wrong show. My bad. Wait a minute, Lord. He said she's for the streets. Wait a minute. No, man, come on. She got LVs and everything. Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Y'all taking that equal stuff too far now. Come on, man. Oh, my gosh. That's just like what Shay Sharp said about a couple of months ago. He don't hold the door for no ladies. I'm like, wait a minute, Shay. What's going on, man? Maybe I'm from the South, man. Maybe I'm too old school, man. I got from the 903, your live hard hitter, man. What's good with you, man? Talk to me,
What's
man.
good, LAW?
What's good with you, man? You know, you won't be mad if a lady buy you some shoes, don't you?
Man, if a woman buy you some shoes, dude, you better scream to the sky. I'm trying to tell you, man. Cause look, let me tell you, I don't got but a couple things, Law. Let me tell you what happened to me though with my woman.
What happened?
Okay, we won when Cowboys beat the I forgot who they beat, so I just turned around and said, honey, buy me I want a Trayvon Diggs jersey. She said, with what? And Law, Damn. Let me tell you. Lord. And she owed her kind of money out. Plick, 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 crispy hundreds. You hear me?
Crispy hundreds.
Crispy. But she said she couldn't buy me no jersey. I said, oh. I said, okay. I said, all right, I'll buy my own.
Buy your own, man. You know, hey, it is what it is.
I went right over there and sit down and ordered me a Trayvon Diggs jersey. You'll see it when it get here.
No doubt.
I wish I had your number before I can send it to you. It's a nice jersey. It's a great number 7. It's not the Dallas color. It's color.
It's one of those color rush type of deals, man.
Yeah, color rushes.
So what you got for the show today, man? What you got for me, man? What you got, man?
Jerry Jones is just like. Hey, you ever seen Major League that baseball movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what Jerry Jones like. He root for the team, but he really ain't rooting for the team to win. You know, that's how that woman was. She sitting up there in that box. She sitting up there in they little play box, just mad as shit because they winning.
Right. Just mad. Man. Like, come on, man,
just
get a little glad.
No reason. Come on, man.
It's crazy.
That's
man.
how I think that's how Jerry is, man.
I don't know how Jerry is altogether, to be real with you, but some of the moves, I know he want to win. I know he ultimately want to win, but I think that it's a way that they win, it's how they win. And if it's not their way, then it's like, hey, you know, just like he said, he believed that he can see this team lifting up a Lombardi trophy with Jason Garrett. That was his belief.
Right.
So, hey, R. Kelly believe he can fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure
he ain't flying anyway.
he locked up. It ain't letting him out. You know?
Man.
But man, one more point, man. One more point because I got this line long, man. Talk to me, man.
Why in the HEAA hockey sticks did they let go this linebacker? Like you said, we is super thin. Why we so thin? I got a crack right here in my gate. You can slide through it. They so thin at linebacker. What?
I don't know what they're trying to do.
That's not making no kind of sense, Lord. Come on, man.
It don't make sense at all because. But this is what they're gonna do, though. This is what they're gonna do. He gonna clear waivers. They're gonna bring him back. That's my only thought.
They better do something.
Yeah.
Because that ain't looking good. I'm telling you, man. Law, I hate to say it, but we won and done, bro. I can see it. I know.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I think I lost you, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, man.
Okay.
No doubt. I thought I lost him for a second. My internet glitched on him, man. I would say this, though. I'm not receiving one and done, but I would say this, though. Cowboys better get their act together. And we'll find out, man, down the stretch of what they're going to do this game and the next game, etc. I got Rick, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me. Tyreek.
Hey,
what's
going on?
Not much, man. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, Lord, man. I don't understand what the Cowboys are doing. That's dumb as hell, man. It's like you already see your linebackers getting ran on, the ball getting called on them and stuff, and you're not doing anything to adjust all the way. I understand they're playing Michael Parsons a little bit different now in the last game, but you still need more help. You need thumpers, man. You need people to come down and hit. Because look at the team that has been in our way the whole time. They just got bullied around because that team, the other team, the Ravens, they had hard hitting people on that team from the defensive line to the linebackers. People hitting them back in the mouth. We don't have that type of team.
It's culture, man. It's culture, man. I look at it cultural driven. And they have a culture of playing great defenses, and that's something that you know for sure. Whenever you see the Ravens, you know for sure it's not finna be finesse. And when they were weak on that spot, they picked up the phone and brought people in, you know. And the Cowboys, and they look for a certain trait or an identity or to bring in, and they do that time in and time out, or day in and day out.
Because what's confusing me, what's confusing me is like Stephen Jones too damn stubborn, man. He's not picking up the phone, getting certain people up in here, helping get people in here and I don't understand the type of defense like pieces that Dan Quinn has, because in Seattle he had a team full of tough guys. You know what I mean? That team was built different. You know, I know he was coaching them. They was built different, man. Even the Atlanta team he had, that defense built a little bit different. They was finessed a little bit over there with Atlanta, but they had a good core of players. Like, you had to come to play to beat them. And I'm just not understanding this, because you're not getting a lot of help for our superstars. And at the same time, too, you got people on this defense that's looking a little slower, looking a little hurt. They're not getting to the ball as fast. And then we got people on
how great
the
is
sideline.
how great is your recall?
You said my recall?
Yeah, your memory, your recall.
Okay, I'm listening.
The Atlanta Falcons, when you think about it, they went and drafted guys. They went and got a Deion Jones, I believe, who was a light, thinner linebacker, right? They had, if you look at the overall landscape of their team, what's the safety name? I forgot his name. He even came over here for a cup of coffee. They had him.
You talking about Neal?
Yeah, Keanu Neal. They used to play him at what? Linebacker at time. He was a safety, right? And their biggest stout guy was Grady Jarrett, who they managed to get by element of surprise. He was a later round draft pick. So when you look at the Atlanta Falcons defense and you now look at the Cowboys defense, it's the same philosophy. Lighter guys that's going to fly, run, hit, rally, chase to the ball, right? And we're seeing the same thing. And what happened was Grady Jarrett would fizzle out, down the stretch, because they depended on him to do a little bit too much. So we are seeing the same thing happening. And I'm not beating up Quinn, but somebody going to have to step in. And they had the Monte KZ. Yeah, Paul. So there's a lot of things that we are seeing similar, right? So Dan Quinn, maybe this is his overall philosophy. He loved the safeties to play linebackers.
Yeah, but that's not. But my thing is like, the thing that's getting me about the Cowboys is that you've been getting thrown around by the same team for the last almost three seasons.
Yeah.
You gotta copy. What you think Philly them doing? They copy people.
Yeah.
They copy the teams that beat them from the quarterback down. We've been kicking Philly butt how long? They had to go get them a baby Dak. He ain't developed all the way like that. He got a little further than Dak has. But at the same time, they built a super team around him last year. They probably don't look the same, but they continue to keep bringing pieces in to help them out or to help their defense out. Like, even if these dudes are old, they still trying.
Yeah, man.
What are we doing? We just let people sit out there on the market or be free agents, and we ain't even trying to bring nobody in just to see if it might work. And if we do, we not letting them stay in the building too long because we believe in our guys. And I think that's a bad philosophy, man.
No doubt. Well, hey, at the end of the day, man, before I let you go, Reek, our offense is going to have to be our defense. So this all is on the quarterback here. He got to protect the ball. He got to make sure you have long, sustainable drives. And when we get inside the red zone, money zone, green zone, we got to hold up and score. That's what the realities of it. And at the end of the day, it's DPF, man. You got to figure it out. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yeah, no doubt, man. DC for life. Peace.
No doubt, man. And y'all get what I'm saying, though. I hope that you guys are. And I'm not beating up Dan Quinn. But if you're going to be a team that's going to be a basketball team on the football field, meaning that you have your lighter body guys, and when it's time for your guys to stop the run, the only way we can stop the run would be our offense. And I got Coach Marv that's on the horn. Maybe he can expound on some of these type of things because he said that there's a fee that got to be paid. Is this fee going to be paid?
It's a fee that's got to be paid, and when you bring up the Michael Parsons thing, it's part of that fee, and it starts with the first thing is focus, and see these things are the things that's killing this team when we talk about it, because if you think about it, Law, just 3 weeks ago, the overall tenor of this organization or what we thought was that we had built and brought enough people in here to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Now, as fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to go get everybody in the world. And if you watch this, and I said when I said about focus, I'm saying that when I watch that game in Miami, and as I keep watching it over and over again, it's lapses in focus. And when our defense plays discipline, they play well.
Right.
When they play undisciplined football, it ain't got nothing to do with a talent. But you could bring talent, and talent plays undisciplined, they don't be as effective as they will be. And when you start playing undisciplined, you get what you get when you start playing better teams. Because when you play better teams, it's not about who makes the most plays. It's about who makes the most mistakes.
Okay.
And when you make the most mistakes, that's when plays are made. So, I've heard the talk about how bad the offensive line is. Well, I mean, did Chuma Doga play like Terrence, like Smith? No. Did he play over the top horrible? No. But when you have some plays that are like, well, he's a backup. And any backup you bring into the league probably going to have some hiccups. It was a communication problem with that on that sack when he got that pressure on that. We forget Miami did that same thing on the other side where they got a sack off of it. When they brought the linebackers, Terrence Steele stepped inside to kick the hinge. The man comes all the way around. He sacks the quarterback. They saw it. They did it again. We weren't prepared. Back away. Bring backside linebacker. Put the man in. Put the tackle in a predicament. Who's gonna be hot? Ball gotta go. So you cannot in big games have bad field position. You cannot start drives inside the 5-yard line. And then when you do let teams get the ball on the 5-yard line, when we fumble the ball, you can't let them change the field position, go all the way down and get a field goal. Small things.
You 1,000,000% right on that, Coach Marv, and you have to understand.
And it's about focus.
Yeah. You have to understand that. Yeah, I like the way Skywalker. I listened to his morning show, and he was talking about glitches. Like Chuma had these glitches. Now, for the most parts, he's good, but he had these 1 or 2 glitches. And I believe in his last game, he had the 1 or 2 glitches that happened at the right time for the Dolphins, but the wrong time for us. But even with those glitches, we've seen that Terrence Steele. I mean, he's having a terrible year, but that's expected, right? Because he's coming off of an injury.
I don't agree.
All right, on which
we're looking at one play. I put anybody. Let's go watch play for play. If he lose a battle, we expect guys not to lose a battle. I can tell you, Terrence Smith in the last couple of games lost a battle, but it didn't turn out to be a sack.
Are you talking about? Are you implying that Terrence Steele had a decent game?
I mean, he didn't have a bad game. He lost. Listen, he lost some battles. Nobody wins every battle, but they played well enough to win the game. I would go and say Tyler Smith had a bad game, but when I see him. Nobody talking when I see him pull around on the end and the defensive end blow him up and they tackle Tony Pollard in the backfield. I'm not going to say, well, Tyler Smith is horrible. He's having a bad game. What I keep trying to say is this. I've been saying it over and over. Team, collectively, the team has to play well and not make mistakes. We are so in battle with pointing out who's to blame. And this Cowboy team focus on it. If our offense, I think about it like this. We focused so much on last week of the defense and the run game that we didn't even brush over the offense of them being technically sound. The defense plays better, and the offense didn't affiliate their point because we got to focus on what it is. And when you brought up the point about Michael Parsons,
right?
When it comes from your leader, that shows a lack of focus on this team about what's going on. Now, who can control that? You can't control these young people. But when Dak came out, the person who needed to address that personally with Michael Parsons is Mike McCarthy. Now, is that happening in that locker room? I don't know. But he's got to be the one, not in the media, but inside that locker room to keep the focus on the main thing, to being the main thing. For many years, Law, we have been short because we have not kept the main thing as the main thing.
You're right, Coach. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on that part of it. Hey, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys with their offensive line, they are still having little issues collectively.
But they won games with Chuma in there. They won games with backups.
Yeah, we won games with backups, and that is a good, noble thing to do, to be able to pull off games with backups. But we still need to correct that. We can't go on the road with these same few glitches and expect to win. We're going to have to make sure we solidify.
What you do. You correct them, but correcting them, Law, I've learned this in football. If your correction is to get another guy in there every time, you're going to run out of guys.
That's what the Niners just did. They looked at their defensive front, and they said, you know what? We need to get another guy. And they did it 2 times this year.
And yeah, they got to get another guy. We don't know where they got hurt at. But is that guy gonna change the whole thing and be the star of the whole thing?
Nope. No, he ain't gonna be enough. But what they did is they said, hey, we needed help in the interior. They went this offseason, went and got a Javon, right? Yeah, they went and got Javon from the Eagles, what have you. And they said, hey, we're not getting what we thought we were going to get off the edge from number 94, Cleveland or whatever, Farland. They went and picked up Randy Gregory. They still have Bosa. Keep in mind, they still have Bosa. And then they said they're not satisfied with Javon Kinlaw. And Hargraves is banged up a little bit. And Reek Armstead is kind of like in that middle place because he got like a bruised leg or something like that. Instead of waiting on their backups, they picked up the phone and called Joseph Day, right, and brought him in because he got experience. So they are making sure that they have no excuses on the table.
So who you would have recommended us to get?
Far as from a defensive aspect or from the offensive line? Yeah. I don't have no clue of what we should go and get. But what I'm saying is that there are 2 type of movements you can do. You can be retroactive and proactive. I think that those teams are a little bit more proactive.
This ain't PlayStation, Law. This ain't PlayStation.
Who have the better record?
This ain't PlayStation.
Who have the better record right now? Who have the better record right now? The 49ers?
Is that because of players?
Yes, it's because they are not sitting on their tails. You think that they were still? Do you think
who
that?
Is the blame?
Do you think? Do you think that they have the same record without
football?
If they keep who they had, do you think they have the same record?
Probably so.
Hey man, Coach, I appreciate you, bro. I thank you for calling in, man. I thank you so much, Coach Marv. I know it's a team sport, but appreciate you, Coach Marv. Thank you for calling in. No way. I get what Coach Marv is saying, but there are ways where you can sit back and look at your issues and problems and say, okay, I know I got a cavity in my mouth, and I'm just gonna do a home remedy for it. and put some what do you call that? I'm gonna inject some cooling gel on my mouth and not go see the doctor. And sometimes you got to go to the dentist to extract the tooth. Sometimes you got to do those things. But if you continue to do the same thing over and over again, it's going to generate what we call insanity, right? The Cowboys been literally all year been chewing off one side of the mouth. And what I'm saying is that even though we are 10-5, if we go in and pull the trigger, because we knew that LVE, he got hurt before. He got hurt before the trade deadline. Y'all know what I'm saying? Oh, Overshawn got hurt before the season kicked off, right? I get what my guy is saying, but collectively, if we just sitting back to wait for Damone Clark to organically become better, then we're going to have to deal with the lumps. I think that if we go ahead and pull the trigger and get a legitimate linebacker in before it's too late, then maybe we a plus win game, right? Maybe we win a game. Maybe if we go out there and get a legitimate offensive lineman, whoever it is on the free agent market or before the trade deadline, maybe we won't have to worry about Chuma. There could have been a guy that was a little bit better than Chuma out there. There could have been a guy that's probably a little bit better that can slide in, that's better than a Matt Walesko. But I get what Coach is saying, though. You know, don't beat up Coach Marv in the chat. I'm just saying that we have to, at times, be a little bit more proactive. I got JV for the 901. You're live on the Nation.
Law Nation, can you hear me? How you doing?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Talk to me.
All right, now, this is JV. Look here, I normally agree with a lot of things that Coach Marr has to say, but this one right here, I do have to disagree on that, and I will call you about the cash app I had sent you yesterday.
You did. Appreciate you for the cash app.
Oh, we good on that. I was sending it to you to let you know that I was really pulling for Austin Richards to go ahead and get some playing time now, and mainly it's because of what I've seen from Chuma Adoga in their last game, especially because I've actually sat up there and seen this man act like rest in peace to the comedian Ronaldo Ray from the movie Friday. When Debo asked him, "Do you want some of this too, old man?" And he looked at him and
he said no. Now here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not saying that we lost the game only because of Chuma Edoga was out there. What I'm saying, and I think that's just where probably Coach Marv is thinking that I'm alluding to. But what I'm saying is that the reason why Chuma Edoga is not a known commodity in the National Football League because he's Chuma Edoga. And the reason why in the last 2 years, in the 2 seasons that he played guard and not tackle, is because he's Chuma Edoga. You know, he was drafted in the 3rd round as a right tackle from the Jets, and he played tackle, but what they've seen from him is that his feet are too slow. His arms is not there. His placement is not there, so they kicked him down inside. So for the last 2 seasons, he's been at guard. And even when we look back at tape over here with the Cowboys, he played guard pretty good. That's all I'm saying, is that don't have the expectations to put someone at a spot expecting for us to not have glitches or mental lapse. That's all I'm saying. The Cowboys should have been aware of that. And if we can see it, I know for sure the opposing teams can see some of those issues. That's all I'm saying. But we didn't lose it only because of Chuma, though. You know.
No, I'm not saying that at all. But
right.
I mean, if let's say for instance this happens again, and for some reason on the Tuesday, Tyron Smith decided that he got an aching back, his bones, he don't woke up today and his bones are just creaking and aching, and then we got to put Chuma Adoga in again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now he got Nick Bosa rushing, and he decided to say no again because of a glitch. Because we already know that the Jones are not going to move Tyler Smith no matter how much we sit up here and bitch him on about this man needs to go to the left tackle as often as he was.
Right.
They're not going to move him to left tackle. He's stuck at left guard, so we have another guy, and people will say that he's not ready, but why not just give him the same kind of blank canvas acceptance as we gave Bass and Hoffman when they had to come in and play earlier this season, and we just said, hey, come in, we're going to see what you got. And they didn't do too bad. They didn't do perfect, but they didn't do too bad. I believe in Austin Richards. Give him that opportunity.
Yeah, give him an opportunity. Man, I appreciate you, JV. Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Good call from you, JV. Give the youth the opportunity. All right, and I hope that you guys are getting where we're coming from with this. I'm not saying that, I'm the only person that's right. We have these type of conversations to figure out where do it hurts at. When you go to the doctor, they sit you down and they say point to where it hurts. And in this game, what we're doing is we just pointing to where it hurts. It hurted on that left tackle side. It hurted on that right tackle side. It just what it is. Point to me where it hurts. That's what we're talking about. This is the type of conversation that we are having right now. And is this something that we can resolve? We're looking for solutions. Now, can we still march out there next week with the same lineup and say, hey, let's be victorious against the Detroit Lions? But be mindful. Those glitches may reoccur. And if we don't change things around, and if we only move it, like I said, me and Okoye, we had this conversation. We have the personnel to play true linebackers. We just refuse to do it. We got rid of Rashaan Evans. We didn't pick up the phone and move in and bring in a legitimate run-stopping type of linebacker. But the expectations for Marquise Bell and Damone Clark to do those things, hey, at this point is week 16. You are who you are at this point. Damone Clark is not going to get any better, y'all. This is what he is. And I know it's not a comfortable conversation. So the only way Damone Clark, Marquise Bell, and Jerron Kearse get better, y'all want to know how they get better? Offense got to help out the defense. Our offense got to be the best defense. That's all I'm saying. The offense at the end of the game versus Miami Dolphins, we had the lead. Dolphins had to travel 62 yards, and they did just that. Now, I'm not saying that the Cowboys only lost because of the defense, but the offense did their job too, if that can be the argument. But it is what it is. I got Darius from the 214. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Law, I completely forgot to tell you yesterday. I feel like the blueprint on the 49ers is out. And what I seen when they was playing against the Ravens was that what's my guy named Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner, they wasn't allowed to just go out and hunt. What they was doing was like they had their eyes in the backfield. It was one play where Lamar was in the red zone. Yep. And it was literally I think a safety or a cornerback running into each other. They were stacked on top of each other, trying to see whether Lamar was going to hand it off, throw it, or run himself. And then Zay Flowers just flew right by both of them, and there was a touchdown. So I feel like if you get Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw to thinking and looking in the backfield, and listen, against the Eagles in their playoff game last year, they did the same thing. The same thing happened to them. So I feel like if you can manipulate Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, those two linchpins of their defense, you can beat them. That's just for the defense. Now for the how you stop their offense, that's a whole other thing. Like I guess you can do a film session on that. How they did that, but with their defense, I feel like that's one of the main ways you can beat them. To that, you say what?
Yeah, my brother, we have numerous conversations, and the Niners, their issues are pretty much middle of the field. Fred Warner is a pursuit guy. Greenlaw, he don't have no coverage bone in his body, but he's a hell of a downhill run stopper, get in the face, and he will match your tenacity. So how do you do that? They trust their front four a little too much, right? So, or their front seven. You can run on the edge with the 49ers. But you got to be stubborn to run against that particular style of defense. And once you get that safety down inside the box, you can attack the middle of the field. And that's why you can see the likes of a P.J. Walker beat the Niners, right? You can see if for the Browns, yeah. You remember that game, and you can see even Dak Prescott cousin beat him. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott cousin and them beat him. You tow him all the way up. So all of those things, man. You just got to have that mindset and the confidence to do such. It was just alarming. It was alarming that they did it at their crib too, like the Ravens did it at their crib.
Well, I'm talking about the triple darkness. They was fully healthy. That's the 49ers go-to. I argue with a 49ers fan all the time. That's their go-to. When we healthy, we undefeated. Bro.
That's us too.
At your home, and they match our energy. That's another key element. I feel like you got to match the 49ers energy when it comes to their intensity and their attitude because they bully people. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole thing. I forgot to tell you that yesterday.
No doubt, man. What you got for today before I let you go, bro? Mm-hmm.
Law, what's out here in Dallas, what's your favorite taco spot? I meant to ask you that too.
Taco spot. It definitely ain't Taco Bell's, I like, there's a gas station off of 67. Yeah. They got good tacos.
Fuel City.
I get the gas station tacos. But when I was in San Diego, they got these taco shops, man. Pull up on a truck, man, and they give you some real good tacos, man, and sombreros, man. They got some real good tacos in Cali, I'm not beating up Texas though. I ain't from here, but yeah, that's all I know.
I knew you was about. That's crazy. That's my spot, boy. Okay, that's cool. All right.
No doubt, man. You made everybody hungry, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. My girl Gina says with the G said, "Who is Dak cousin?" You know what I'm saying? His cousin over there, man, Minnesota land. Yes, indeed. They stopped saying it in that game. But, it is what it is. I got Swayze, man, the objective Cowboy fan. Talk to me, man. You're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You're in the mix, man.
What's going on, Law? It's been a minute. I've been trying to call in. I guess he would be calling as soon as your show starts, because, dang.
Hey, man, I'm glad you remind me. Let me lock it up now. I got this line. I wouldn't even get to everybody. Go ahead. All
right, so let me just start with this. I completely agree with you. Your whole take this morning has been completely correct. The first thing that you said was the mom and pop store analogy.
Yep.
That mom and pop store analogy is definitely what's going on now. It's no one's fault why we're 10-5 right now, but one person, and the one person's name is Stephen Jones. It's his fault. It's not Jerry Jones' fault, because Jerry Jones is not in the office doing day-to-day activities anymore. It's not Will McClay's fault, because he's been hitting out the park when it comes to drafting. Most of our elite players come from the draft, and that's not Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones making those picks. That's Will McClay giving them the cheat codes to the test. That's number one, because when it comes to willing and dealing, since Stephen Jones completely took over as the person that handles our trades, who handles free agency, who handles negotiations, he's been D+ so far. The Dak Prescott situation, where he completely mishandled that situation, where we had to give him top quarterback money, where we could then give him the extension, the second and third year of his rookie contract, and at least had a favorable deal from a Dallas Cowboys perspective. He gave us the F when it came to that. The Ezekiel Elliott situation, where he gave Ezekiel Elliott top running back money, where the NFL is telling you not to give anyone top running back money. The lack of trying to get a defensive tackle in free agency, when all the people who are elite right now, like the 49ers, went out and got a defensive tackle in free agency. Also, when I hear other people talking about Dak Prescott, can you please ignore Dak Prescott haters? And trust me, I'm an ejected Cowboy fan. I've been on Dak Prescott as the whole time since his career. This year, Dak Prescott has been elite this year. It's not Dak Prescott's fault It's not no one's fault but Stephen Jones. The fact that you gave Tony Pollard, you franchise tag Tony Pollard, who does that? Like, seriously, who does that? Who franchise tags running backs that's not elite? When does that work out for anyone, guys? That does not work out. I told you guys back in offseason, do not franchise tag Tony Pollard. Go get a true running back. We lost that game against the Miami Dolphins because of lack of running. Why do you think that Mike McCarthy said, let's put a fullback at the 1 yard line instead of giving it to Tony Pollard?
Hey,
because
man.
he has no faith in Tony Pollard getting those 1 yard.
Swayze, before I let you go, man, I just wanted to say, man, appreciate you, bro, man. I thank you so much, man. And you've been battling and beating this drum for a long time, man. And I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for calling in.
But just one more thing.
Uh-huh.
To be honest with you, we still have a chance in the playoffs. That's the crazy part. All it takes is it's not the NBA when it's a 7-game series. You still have a chance. Like I said last time I called in, it's up to the players at this point. Do they want to still get bullied? Do they still want to get bullied? Like, it's up to them. And tell Michael Parsons, bruh, stay off social media. That's leadership. Why are you still on social media? You're losing right now, dog. It's embarrassing. But I'm going to hang up. I'm going to call the rest of your show. Like, I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Oh, my gosh, man. While he was talking, more developing news on this Rashaan Evans take that, according to Aaron Wilson, released by the Cowboys linebacker Rashaan Evans, was arrested Tuesday on possession of marijuana charges, according to Frisco, Texas police. Now, I take back half of what I said. I was just playing with y'all. God, dog, man.
Damn. Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it.
Now, Jones family like, now, can we get our apology, please? Nope. We still need a linebacker, but at the same time, this is bad. This is bad for all that's going on right here, especially at this time of the season. So I guess this could be Mike McCarthy's version of who did Jimmy Johnson cut in practice? I forgot his name. What was his name? Who did they cut in practice? He was a running back. What was his name? Richards or something. What was his name? Y'all help a brother out. But you know that this finna be like, stay off the weed. Even though, you can smoke weed in the NFL, you just can't have a certain amount of ounce. But it is what it is. And it's crazy how all of this is. Curvin Richards. Yeah. So he probably showed up. And said, like, hey, right now we needed you to be the veteran of this locker room, and you got caught with too many ounces.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it.
And the craziest thing of it all, when you play with that silver and blue and the star on your helmet, and you can't get time on the field, plus you get caught up with a jam like this, all I can say is, man, you might want to switch it up, Rashaan. You can play maybe he can do some boxing and stuff like that. His next man up. But the Cowboys better be on the horn and picking up the phone, because this still don't exclude the fact that we are razor blade thin at linebacker. And at the end of the day, there will be nobody giving us excuses when teams are running 15 to 20 yards down the field. Yeah, you got to have less than 2 ounces, though. And the way the Cowboys looking, he could have had 2 ounces. You know what I'm saying? He could have had 1.5 ounces. And the officer pulled him over and said, oh, snap, this you.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it, left. Do it, right. Do it.
Put a little bit more in there, man. 3 ounces, man. Take them in. 3 ounces. Oh my goodness, man. That's just how it is. That's how it is. Sam Williams Dunn had the weed and the yeah. Yeah, so it is what it is. All right, I'll let the next caller in. We have my guy Patrick, not Mahomes. You are live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good, Law Nation? Appreciate your content. Love the discussion and the topic that we're talking about, man. It's been very good to engage and listen in. I'm going to go from a different angle. I'm going to attack this from the genesis of the off season, and I'm going to funnel it back down to the topic. So, in the beginning, I'm starting to like the Bible. In the beginning
was the word. Go ahead.
What's the word? The word was Mike McCarthy wanted Kellen Moore gone because he wanted to have what? A running game to help sustain and rest his defense. Did he not say that?
Right.
That was the word. That was the blueprint. I wanted to be able to run the ball a little bit more so I can get my defense rested so they can go out and they can go hunt. If the offense needs to complement the defense more, it would have behooved the Cowboys to have either dialed up or come with some creative schemes to help run the ball better with Tony Pollard. It would have behooved them to have, at this point of the season, have a running game going into the playoffs. Now we're all the way 2 games away, getting ready to start, and you don't have a legitimate running game. A running game does many things. Okay, let's start with one.
Go ahead.
It increases time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned rest defense. We resting your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, what's the thing that we struggle with and we heard all the talk most of the season was red zone efficiency?
Yeah.
It would have definitely helped with the red zone, and then when you tried to do it in the Miami game, you blundered that, but we're not going to talk about that. It helps with red zone efficiency. And you tie that all up in a bow, it helps you in the playoffs with your time of possession, because you need more possessions to sustain drives instead of having your quarterback sit back there, throw the ball 30 or 40 times a game, putting the ball in harm's way where you could have interceptions happen. Now, I'm going to give Mike McCarthy credit on this part. He has helped Dak Prescott out a lot with the offense and helping him get into certain receivers. But doggone it, where's the running game at this point? Where is your running game to help your defense out? And now we're going to go back to this linebacker situation. I blame the front office because when LVE went down with the San Francisco 49ers, you could have called the phone, called some teams, called anybody, but these guys sat there saying, nope, we're good. Now you're in a situation where either one of 2 things is going to have to happen. You're going to have to put Parsons at linebacker permanently, and you're going to have to experiment at this point who that edge rusher is going to be. Maybe put Damone Clark as an edge rusher. Maybe experiment with Sam Williams, see how he does as that edge rusher. You are at this point right now where it's all or nothing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
And the one last thing I'm going to say is just that at this point, you are what you are during the season. I love the Cowboys. I think that if they put it together, we will be in the NFC Championship round. But it's going to take this coaching staff. It's going to take them somehow, some way finding the ability to have a run game. But it's really going to come down to Dak Prescott. And I hate the fact that it's going to have to come down to his arm to help us get there. But it's really all or nothing at this point. I would have loved to have seen a run game at this point in the season, but right now it's just too many ifs, too many holes right now that you got to figure out and find a way to cover in 2 games. And with playoffs coming around, this should have been shored up.
No doubt, man. Hey, Pat, I can look at it like this, bro. Anytime I'm seeing and hearing my guy Swayze saying that Dak Prescott is playing at an elite level,
right?
I know we doing something different, bro. We definitely just need a run game and stop the run, and those 2 things will magnify this team. And I don't know if they can find it somewhere down these next 2 games, but we will sure be looking for it, man. Appreciate you so much for calling in, bro.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Anytime you see things like that happening, man, and this would be the day that VIP don't call in. Yeah. I got Lady Jessica on the line, though. Lady, you're live from the 903. You're on the Nation. Talk to me. Brought to you by Prize Picks.
Hey, Law. I just saw them saying that they activated Matt Wakubuzi.
Well, let's go.
Yes. I just saw a tweet from 16 minutes ago from Boss on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying, I don't know if you had heard about it or not.
Yeah. They activated him. They looking to shore up offensive line play. The last time we seen him play was on the right side. I don't know whether or not he's going to flex to the left side. I know that he can be a swing tackle. He can play right and left. So this could be a direct movement for Chuma, as far as the order of operation.
Back where he come from. They need to put him back where he come from.
Yeah.
And they need to cover for Dak on that side.
Yeah.
That's the only problem, because one thing about it, Dak got out there and he played his tail off trying to get us that win. But he can't do it by himself. And people need to stop looking at him as if he's God, because he's not God. He's a human being, a young man who is trying to do his job.
Yep.
As a quarterback of this team. And all the foolishness needs to stop. But we need to get back to attacking on defense and be aggressive. All of this penalty stuff that I understand, yes, it needs to stop with them holding Michael or whatever. But I need for him to put his big boy pants on, all of them put their big boy pants on, and go out there and do like Tank did. When they came at Tank, Tank was out there flipping them boys and attacking them boys and pushing them back.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do as a defensive player, like I said before. They're going to have to get out there, and they're going to have to execute and attack back. Those people are not their friends. Those people are not here to be buddy-buddy with them on their field. Everybody got a job to do. And they out there to do what they got to do. Just like the Ravens. They want to say, oh, the Ravens. No, the Ravens just did what they needed to do. They played together as a team, and that's how they beat them. You cannot be unequal and expect to win a game. You got to be together. You got to connect. And everybody got to attack at the same time. Everybody got to go in at the same time. You're going to have a man over there to the left and at the top. You have to have them at the bottom. You got to have them in the middle. You cannot be out there having them boys stand around like they playing Little Sally Walker, sitting in the socks. Because they was in the zone, you took them out, and you had them standing out there in a circle. And all they was doing was running up the middle, getting down there to the end. We're not worried about that. We got to focus on the lines. We got to look at tape. You got to see how you're going to come up with a good game plan. You can't, if they watching film, because I'm kind of wondering, these last few games, are they watching film on these people?
They are.
Are they getting these good plans?
They are. We just got to go ahead and capitalize. I appreciate you, Lady Jessica. I thank you so much.
Discipline, I'm going to get off here. But it got to be disciplined, and we got to do it together.
No doubt. That's Lady Jessica, y'all. Put your hands together for her optimism and what we need to do. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yes, we got to be on one page right now. You got to stay locked in, lasered in, and focused. It is what it is. Cowboy Nation, let's go. We got Rico Suave, then we have Brandon, and then we have my guy Eric. So those are the next three. Rico, you're live on the Nation from the 919, man. What's on your mind? Talk to me, man.
First, I want to say happy holiday to you, Law, and to your family and all the Cowboy Nation.
Appreciate you, man. Happy holidays. Likewise to you and yours, man. Talk to me. What you got?
Well, I was listening to you and Coach Mars, and both of y'all were really right. But you want to tell you what this really boils down to? Let's be honest, Cowboy fans. The league got something against that. This is something deeper than deeper than we is not going to be able to dig up. Because when you go back and look at a lot of the games, besides the 49ers and the Arizona game, you look back at the Eagles game, you look back at that Miami game, it was critical penalties that was called that switched momentum. Even on that last drive, that guy tackled the wrong clock. If they would have called it, they would have pushed it back. The guy in a long situation, they'd have played to the strip of our defense. Jerry, when they asked him or interviewed him about it yesterday, in his voice, he know it's something. He know what it is.
Yeah.
Dallas, as an organization, do not try to even challenge because they know it's something there. And it's something that we ain't going to find because it's above our pay cap, above our pay class, and just it's big boy stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that when you look at when you talk about how Dallas small things, when you know that you are getting picked on, when you're getting penalized, it makes you press. It makes you push harder. It makes you kind of play out of your character, and you can start to see it affecting the Dallas team.
Yeah.
It's affecting not just Parsons, it's affecting the whole team. And until that happens, Cowboy fan, we can forget it. You can forget it. I told my baby brother, I said, I'm going to stop watching. I said, because the thing about it is, Boss Cowboy hit the nail on the head a couple of nights ago when he brought about refereeing and he brought about Dallas losing is good for business. There's politics in this.
There's a lot of politics in it. Yeah.
And Jared done something to the league and the job that Ross Goodell and them owners do not have like it. It can probably go back 20 years more. But
I mean, that is a slippery slope. I can see both arguments. Yeah, I got details on how Evans got arrested, what have you. He wasn't driving his automobile. He was doing some extracurricular activities, and he got caught up at the wrong side of town. So it's all about perspectives. And these type of things, it's a slippery slope, y'all. And I just had this conversation the other day when I was giving the analogy, right? and the analogy is sometimes, we as people, man, we got to move smarter, especially when you have the remunizations. That's all I'm going to say with it. I'm not going to go into details of it. But, man, I appreciate you so much, Rico, for calling in. You're right with your point. You are on point with your thoughts.
We pressing because they know it.
Yep.
You look at, Tony Pollard break a big run off, and the same thing that some of them holding calls that Tyler Smith doing, it's BS, man. He just slamming guys to the ground, but when our guys get slammed to the ground, we getting blowed off the ball.
Yeah, we get blown off of it, man. But appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Your eyes don't lie to you, man. Eyes don't lie. Your heart might lie, but your eyes don't lie.
Eyes don't lie, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
Yeah. But my only thing is with discipline and what the league got against Jerry Jones, which is something that we can tangibly see, right? The no calls, 31, now it's 35. Somebody said it's 36 quarters without a holding call called on Parsons, right? Is that by chance? Is that by mistake? No. None of those things. That's planned attack. They phasing him out. That just like anything that you do in life, ladies and gentlemen, there's always a controller, right? The officials control the pace on the court of basketball. There's a thing called a touch foul. The official can call a touch foul on anything. The Cowboys, when you are looking at the game that's being, handled by the refs, you can call holding on every play. Those are subjective calls. PIs are subjective calls. If you think I'm lying, ask the Giants or ask the Eagles. That's a subjective call. From an Eagle fan at the last play, or the play before last, that's not a PI. But to every Giants fan, to every Cowboy fan that watched that game, hey, man, there's a PI. Or somebody who's neutral, yes, there's a PI. Or defensive holding, at least. But I always tell people with the Cowboys, focus on the things you can control. And this is not up for debate. There's nobody that can out-debate me on this topic because we lead the league in offsides. We lead the league in false starts. Those are things that the Cowboys front office or the Cowboys coaching staff can't control. When Clark reached down there to make the tackle and he grabbed face mask, that's tangible. That's not a subjective call. He's tangibly grabbing the man's face and pulling him down. That's 15 yards. That's technique. That's at moments that you don't supposed to have it. A face mask. So when we talking about these things, I'm objective with that point. But I'm also looking at that moment right there, and I'm thinking, Dan Quinn, put Parsons in that spot to be the linebacker. Let him roam the middle of the field. He would at least eliminate that run. I think that he would have got there way before Damone Clark even think about turning his hips to get to that edge. So those are things that we can control. But I got Brandon from the 815, and I really appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Brandon from the 815, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks in the mix.
Can you hear me loud? I don't want none of that. Your internet good, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, and happy holidays to you, Law. I ain't talked to you in a minute.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I found y'all. You said so many things today. A lot of it I agree with. Some of it is hilarious. Can I start?
I try to be.
Rashaan Evans. Yeah, man, and you, like, to me, one of the best shows going. Rashaan Evans, we for some odd reason, like, we wanted to use the marijuana excuse to release him fine. Okay, hey, we still got the same problem which you've been pointing out.
Right.
Marquise Bell is a tall guy, but a slender guy.
A basketball player. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
Damone Clark, the last two games, has on film grown men walking him back like he about to be put in timeout. It's embarrassing. Malik Hooker, I don't know what he did to fall out of favor, but he made a few plays. But some going on there. Also,
bless you.
That's my wife over there. I want to get to something, and I want to get there quickly. The defense again has been our best unit all year, and somehow we try to find fault in them. I say that to say this: when a particular player plays bad in a loss, we love to say the team lost, not the player lost. But if we can point to a fact that maybe that particular player played well and we lost, he played well though. We lost, but he played well. Guys, we're 10-5. There's still time. Detroit is up next. We got two problems with Detroit. They like to run the ball, and Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta is just as good as Travis Kelce, George Kittle. If you don't believe that, watch the game Sunday, and I promise one of our linebackers are about to find out. I agree. I agree with something also. Look, our running game is what it is at this point. We just have to make the best of it. It's not gonna get better. I think you may have to just design better run plays for Tony Pollard. In closing, we can keep playing this game of, well, it's not this person's fault, it's not that person's fault. At the end of the day, we're a Super Bowl team, but we cannot be either beat somebody from the NFC South and then lose the next round. That is not going to be acceptable to me, Law. And if that happens, I'm going to light these airwaves up. I want to say we got a team, we got enough. We just need our quarterback to see it through. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to the Nation. Shout out to VIP Plus and his significant other, Saucy Santana. How about them Cowboys?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. Hey, man, VIP just sitting there chilling, man. He like, hey, me? What's going on, man? Hey, why taking a shot at me, man? But, you know, it is what it is. VIP like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness, man. Who I had next on this list, man? It was Eric, man, from the 206, man. You in the mix? Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law?
Not much, man. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. So, how's life going?
Life is life, man. You know, it's one of those things whereas one foot in front of the other. You know, it's one of those things. True. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So I guess the Seahawks won on Saturday. I'm happy about that.
Yep. Okay. So who y'all play this week?
Pittsburgh.
Okay. Then who y'all play next week?
Arizona. We pretty much need to win out to get in.
Oh, y'all got to win out. Y'all desperate team, back against the wall type of mindset. So, hey, man, I got all hopes and wishes for your team to get to the playoffs because y'all did us a favor. But, you know, it kind of wiped it away because, you know, the Eagles won this past week. But, you know, we'll see what they do down the stretch. But you did do us a favor, though. You did. Yep. Because if not, the Eagles probably be fighting for the number 1 seed.
Yep. Now, what's the story on Evans? What happened to him?
Now I got his agent to reach out, but I'm not finna say what he said. But what I'm gonna say here is that he got hit up with a jam, man. He got caught with the sticky, and it's legal over there in Seattle, Washington, right? It's legal over there, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's legal over there, but over here, you know, they still kind of weaponize it, and from what his agent was telling me is that he got caught up in a jam over there in Frisco, and they don't play around there with that type of substance there, and he cut from the team. But he did tell me another person that he kind of like look over will be playing this week, and he gave us some good thumbs up on that guy. So I can't wait to see what we talking about from there, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of surprising, but it's like, son, you caused this yourself. What are you doing that stuff?
I don't know. You know, I just look at it like this. I view it differently, you know, especially in the last few years. I've seen how it was able to help alleviate some pain and sufferings that a family member of mine was going through, right? So I don't think that, you know, it should be weaponized. I don't think that it should be, you know, criminalized and all of that. You know, sometimes people use it to elevate their mindset, their consciousness, and to also, you know, alleviate pains and whatever may be going through their lives, you know. But I just think that, you know, the world needs to look back into it, you know.
You know, I hadn't thought about that part of it. Thanks, Guy.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. Eric, what else you got before I let you go?
And then, kind of surprising that Dan Flynn lost. Yeah, Dan Flynn, that was a surprise. I really thought that they were going to be better. Oh, did I lose you?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like I'm going to lose you, so all I got there is go Cowboys.
Yes, indeed, man. Go Cowboys. Shout out to you, Eric, man. Good call from you, and salute to your Seattle Seahawks, man. I got these next guys. I got Fargo. I got James from the 302. Y'all know who he is. And I got No Clone Tyrone, man. From the 402, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Talk to me, man.
Man, Merry Christmas.
happy second day of Kwanzaa and throw it all the way back to Hanukkah about 2 weeks ago. How are you, Law?
Man, I'm
Feeling
great,
good, man.
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
I mean, here's what I want to do. We've been having this real good conversation, talking about where it hurts. We can control what we can control, right?
Yep.
I think what I'm doing here is I'm setting back, and I think like, okay, things are turning wrong. How can we get it going? And in moments like these, I catch myself saying, well, go back to first fruits. Like, what can we do? What have we been doing good?
Yep.
And I have my Facebook or my YouTube on, and the short came up, and it is you on the sidewalk, and we just singing about beans and greens and lambs and hams, tomatoes, potatoes, you name it.
Yeah.
This is still the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
We are still them boys.
We are.
Okay, we are still the team that's shutting out people 40-0. This is still that same team that 2 weeks ago was clinching the playoffs before 29 other teams in the whole NFL. This is still that team with Dak Prescott. This is still that team. Now, I know we got a lot of things, and I heard you and Coach Marv talking about, do you go get another guy? Shout out to everybody. We went and got Xavier Rhodes. We went and got Martavius Bryant, and we put him on the practice squad. We don't know what's going to happen. You can't control that kind of stuff. Like I can't control little Charlie banging on the door while I'm trying to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
I know, man.
So what I want to say is, just on these last 2 weeks, if we're looking ahead, we are still this same team. Nothing that we can control is going to stop us from rolling to where we got to roll to. Now, the refs can't control it.
Can't control it. Those are the things you can't control. You're right.
D-Law coming down.
Yeah.
D-Law coming down and touching Josh Allen, and he falls down, and D-Law's got his hand out as he's falling. Sam Williams elevating, comes down on the shoulder, doesn't catch the leg. They want to call it, they're going to call it.
Yeah.
We can control and remember that we are them boys. There is only one Dallas Cowboys, and that's us, baby. There's only one Law Nation, and that's you, baby. And there's only one new media, and that's all of us who make this thing go round and round and round.
Yeah.
So as we look towards the new year, and we look towards Super Bowl Sunday, and we look towards the quest for 6, let's not forget who we are. We're the Dallas Cowboys, baby. And I just had to get that off my chest and say thank you, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Fargo, man. Thank you, man, for your love and support.
Sure.
And check on little man, check on him. I know. Look at him.
He right here. We going now. We going.
Yeah, how about them Cowboys? Yes, indeed.
How about them Cowboys? Say it. How about them Cowboys?
Let's go. Look at it. Look at it. Yes, indeed. That's a good call right there. Hey.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it.
Want the truth? Right. You can't handle the truth.
It's an evil world we live in.
No doubt, man. All I'm going to say is it's not officially released, though, but just look up Buddy Johnson. Just look up Buddy Johnson. That's all I'm saying. Just look up Buddy Johnson. And I can't, I ain't saying nothing, but I'm just saying just look up Buddy Johnson. That's the most information that I can give you guys at this point that's circling around that information. All right, and they said, who is Buddy Johnson? Just look him up, just look up Buddy Johnson, I would say this, though, before we let the next caller on. Man, this is a fantastic day. Look, Cowboy Nation, we don't make the rules. We just do. We just do what we need to do, man. And that's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys, at this point, just got to focus their minds and get things going. Yes, indeed. JB2 says, Law, I ain't falling for it again. I'm going to check him out, though. Yeah, check him out. Look up Buddy Johnson, All right, I got Eagle fan from 302. James, you're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You're the mix. Talk to me.
What's going on, man? Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, man. I'm feeling great, man. How you feeling, man? You feeling good about that win? I know you had a very nice Christmas, didn't you?
Oh, man, it was wonderful, man. It was so beautiful.
Uh-huh. You're sitting on the edge of your seat, wasn't you? I know you were sitting on the edge of your seat. Was you? You were nervous just a little bit?
I felt a lot better second half when we started running the ball. I was cool when we started doing that, which we should have been doing the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But when I felt better.
Okay, you felt better. Okay.
most doubt. But I just want to say, I keep getting people on here, and I feel so good when I can keep poking at y'all.
It's okay. Keep poking. Yeah, keep poking.
Always go back to the Super Bowls. That's what makes me feel so good, because it's like I love talking about the now and the present. Just to make it all the way back there. It feels so good. I get them talking about something. Oh, y'all lost to the Jets and y'all lost to the Seattle Seahawks. We beat them. But then I'm like,
we did. Yeah.
Like, y'all talk about, oh, y'all lost 3 in a row. Well, we got a better record than y'all.
Right now, y'all have a better record. Y'all, or what do you want us to say? Y'all the best team? Do you want us to say that y'all the best team in the National Football League? Y'all the best team in the NFC? That's what you want? James? Is that what you want? Is that what you want to say? Y'all the best team in the league right now. From an Eagle fan. That's what y'all want.
When I'm on here talking, I speak realistic. I speak exactly what's going on. I'm man enough to tell you, hey, yo, my team is bad. I don't like what's going on.
Right.
Listen, y'all beat us. I'm on here. Y'all got every right to say whatever y'all want to say about us.
Right. We do. Right.
But situations like this, hey, how y'all gonna tell me, oh, y'all lost to these 2 teams, but we beat 2 teams that y'all lost to? How y'all gonna brag about that?
Well, let me ask you this though. So you expect to come to a Cowboys-centric show, right? To get flowers or to get some type of level of respect. Now, I will be on the NFC roundtable tonight. Me, LB, your guy, Lord Brunson, basically, Bad Dog, as well as Louis T. We will be doing the roundtable tonight, opposed to we supposed to do it yesterday, but we had some scheduling. But I don't think that you're going to get flowers and good report, from this channel. All that it be that I'm a Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying?
The moment I'm talking about now, today, what's going on, and I get y'all to jump back to what happened to y'all in the 90s, it's a beautiful thing. Because y'all are scared and afraid to face what y'all are facing now. So y'all go all the way back there. Let me tell you something. Every time I get y'all to do that, checkmate.
You said checkmate. Well, hey, they have a saying that the rooster gonna come home to roost, right? The eagle is gonna come home to roost, right? So I just look at it like this: what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And your particular team right now, y'all should finish out strong, but our eyes will be watching. Oh my goodness, our eyes will be watching your team to see how they finish out. And seeing how this whole NFC finish out. And then at the end of the day, we will see who remains on top. But for right now, you guys are leading the division, right? You guys got a better record than ours, and there's nothing we can take away from it. So if you want flowers for that, hey, we'll give you some flowers for that. But I'm going to tell you, though, my people have every right to gloat about their 5 Super Bowl rings. They have every right to gloat about how many playoff we have winnings all together, right? They have every right to gloat about how many divisions that they won, because those are tangible things. Just like you have every right to gloat about your 2017 Super Bowl ring. You have every right. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can say. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we'll see how everything shakes out at the end, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
No doubt. I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. I know I enjoyed mine.
You're a little rubbing it in. Hey, man, but hey, false hope is false hope, man. And hey, appreciate you for that. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for that. You know good and well you were worried. He didn't enjoy it till after the game was over with. He wasn't eating while he was watching. During Thanksgiving, we was eating while we were watching. We were eating good against the Washington team, so it wasn't the same. And at least our loss came the day before, so we had enough time to formulate our mind this Christmas time, right? So two different type of situations, But here's my analogy, just an analogy, right? Eagles fans, and I'm not talking about you, James, because I think that you're more of a Law Nation fan than the Eagles fan, right? That's why you jump over here. But some Eagles fans, they complaining, you know what I'm saying? About, cover your ears, kids, cover your ears, kids, cover your ears, cover your ears, close your ears, or however you want to do it. Make sure you got the little ones tucked away. But it's equivalent to, this is just, now I ain't going to use the analogy, and I'm not even going to use the analogy. I don't want to go there. It's still too early. Even, yeah, I can't go there, man. I would go there. But I don't want to go there. Should I go there? Nah, I ain't gonna go there, Rhonda. Auntie, I ain't gonna go there. She said, "Come on and bring it." Okay. Eagles fans. Nah, I ain't gonna use that analogy. Nah. I might get canceled. All right, I got my guy, man, from the 254. You're live. Is this John? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix.
Yeah.
John, what's good with you, man? What's good?
Yeah. I've been trying to get on the phone line for 2 days.
Oh, okay. You had the same issue that I believe one of the other callers had, Been trying to get on the lines. I think it was Swayze or someone. But you're here now,
yeah.
John. Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
I saw your post on that church, and that almost touched on your Twitter page. Where they was at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, when Tony Pollard was at the one, are you talking about Hunter or Tony?
Tony Pollard.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord, yeah. Yeah, Tony was right. Tony was literally right there. All he had, we've seen so many players in the National Football League. All he had to do was do this. All he had to do was do this, man.
Reach for the goal line. He always needs to reach for the goal line.
All he had to do, reach for it, yup. He tried to lower his shoulder. He cut back inside, try to lower his frame. Just reach around and get the touchdown. All it takes is, they say, John, the tip of the nose of the ball. The tip of the ball. Just the tip. If the ball just get there, man, we win this game probably,
And that couple, the last two games, what we lost, I was a little frustrated because they fumbled the ball and they didn't do it to the right person who can make the touchdown and stuff, like Tony Pollard and Rico Dow and
and see them.
Yeah, John. You know, the Cowboys in these next few games, we got just to flip it over to positivity. We got 2 more games before we head into the playoffs.
We got 2 more games into the preseason.
Yeah, the postseason, yes, indeed, man. And we got these 2 more games, and if all I gotta say is if we can just get consistency with our defense and offense against I think the Detroit Lions, the number 3 offense in the league, the number 5 defense in the league. You going up against another good team. You can show that, hey, in the crib, yeah, on the road we may be one thing, but at the crib we finna make sure that we finna embarrass the opposing team. And I think that if we come out with that mindset, that energy can roll over to the playoffs.
Yeah. And also, I post on my Facebook page about the preseason. What is that called? I lost track.
That's okay, John. But here's what I'm gonna do here, John. Before I let you go, man, let me hear you say, "How about them Cowboys?"
How about they Dallas Cowboys?
Let's go with it.
And I lost. Before you go, I got this cap on. I wish you had the on the live stream when you can see me with this.
Oh, you got a cap on. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if we could take a picture or something and send it to my Twitter DM or text it to that other line there, and we'll see where we can go from here, John. Hey, man, we don't like you over here, John. We don't like you, dog. We don't like you at all, John. We all love you. We all love you, man, from the bottom of our heart. Appreciate you so much, John. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna
DM me. Yo. Appreciate you, John. Thank you so much, man. That's John, y'all. Put y'all hands together for my guy, John. He's look.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
That's John, man. If you guys don't know who John is, he is a superstar. We are undefeated when he goes to the game, by the way. And we average 40 points a game whenever he goes to the game, too. So in the future, when we hit it big, dog, John going to every game. And I'll be sitting there like, yeah, we're gonna be blowing teams out 40 points, man. And he don't like the Cowboys. He loved the Cowboys. And I know each and every last one of you guys, y'all don't like John. Y'all don't like John. Y'all love him, man. And he's a diehard Cowboy fan. It's not a day goes by that he's not tuning in to the shows and episodes. He'll let you know, too. All right, we got No Clone Tyrone, Chris 214, and then I have my guy MJ. So, boy, we done had over 30 people on the line today, man, and I appreciate y'all. I feel like I'm at a call center. No Clone Tyrone from the 202. What's new, man? Talk to me. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Thank you. All right. No Clone. Where you at? Where you at, bro? Riggs. Where you at, Riggs?
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, left.
I got my guy. MJ, man, you live, man. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What up, Law Nation? Hey, man, like I say, Law, you know me. One thing I ain't gonna get on here and talk about no Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones. Come on, man. We gotta stop doing this, man.
So you're not gonna talk about Jerry and Steven and them. Yeah,
No,
I feel you.
no,
I feel you. I feel
no,
you. But
no.
what we can't talk about though, MJ, is the personnel. Now you ain't finna do me like the other Marv. I know your name Marv too. I just call you MJ. But you finna do me like Coach Marv.
I'm finna tear you up, Law.
Oh my gosh, man. Hey man, come on, man. Break it down. Break it down.
How many games we at right now, Law?
We had 10 of them. We won 10 games. We played 15 games in total.
We had 15 games. Only 2 games left.
Two
so
games
right
left.
there, we can't be crying. It's over. It's playoffs now. Your mindset. You got to get your mind into this stuff. You got to stop making penalties. Well, when we threw that pass to number 20, he should have scored a touchdown.
I agree.
Was that Jerry Jones running or was it Stephen Jones running?
Oh, there was 20. Yeah. There was 20.
Number 71. He played okay, but he did like 3 bonehead plays that would have got us a touchdown. Because 87 was going across the middle. That was a touchdown wide open. And 71, I don't know why he's trying to help 73. If I was 73, I'd say, man, please don't help me no more, bro. Stay on your man. I don't need no help. I don't know what the hell he was thinking of. So, was that Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones?
Oh, I see your argument. No. That wasn't Jerry nor Stephen. Keep going, boy. You beat me down now, right there. Hold on. You know, hold on.
Yeah.
Now keep going, cause you know I got one in my back pocket, but keep going, keep beating me up. Keep beating me up.
You're gonna try to come with the excuse. Oh,
I
don't want to hear no excuses.
Keep beating me up.
We're going on the 16 games, so ain't no more excuses, guys. It's time for the Cowboys. If I'm the Cowboy players and they listen, I want you to go watch how to play football in the middle of the defense. Go watch that Baltimore defensive line in the front. If you get plays like that from your deep tackles, then your weak linebacker, number 33, to be hesitant, and 14, then they won't be scared to go and make a tackle. I hope so. And number 1.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your D tackles are horrible. 96 should have been gone. Should have never still been on the team. We should have still had Bohanna, Big Country, and
keep going.
Hankins.
Keep going.
We'll be right now. That would have helped your little small linebackers.
Okay.
Now, if you see Detroit offensive linemen, they are big. If I'm Detroit, I'm doing Buffalo. I'm running right at them fools because Dan Quinn don't learn his lesson. Now, if I'm Dan Quinn, if he listens, he better put number 11 from heaven in the middle and put them big boys in the middle so number 11 can eat all night from sideline to side. 33 can't play in the middle, y'all. He's too weak. And he's a big guy. I do like 245, 250, and he playing like a punk. He's too hesitant. So, like I told you, Law, I don't want no more LSU players. Broaders, I don't hear nothing. When y'all do y'all draft, Boss Cowboy, you better not bring up no LSU player. I'm going to cut you out, man. I don't want no more LSU players.
So are you finished beating me up?
No, I'm going to say one more thing. And McCarthy, brother, stop playing scared. When you play scared, we lose, bro. Let my quarterback do his job. Mm-hmm. If you see number 71 over there having problems and 78, I am gonna beat you. Law, all you podcasters, can I get the crybaby? Can you play the crybaby?
Wait a minute. Now. Just be careful. Be careful.
First.
All right.
It's crybaby. Okay.
It's crazy.
So I'm gonna get you, Law. I hear you podcasters coming on here, and you know me, I get mad. Y'all say pay 78. He's hurting now, Law. Y'all quiet. Oh, y'all better pay him. Every player we pay for y'all, they choke, Law.
Well, wait a minute.
Player y'all tell us to play, we pay and play, they be choking, brother.
Now, are you done? Now, are you done?
Coach Moore, I'm telling you true facts.
Are you done, though?
Stop making excuses.
Are you done? Are you done?
Go ahead.
All right. So now, it's time for Law to speak, because you had your run, and I let you spit your mind, right? So you said now, can you go over the players that they let go? Can you say that names again? Can you just run down those names again?
Let me say the players they let go.
Go ahead.
That was no Jerry Jones.
Wait, no, you can't have it both ways. You can't. And at the end of the day, Jerry paid Terrence Steele. We didn't pay Terrence Steele. We don't have the remuneration to pay those boys. Now, come on. Go ahead.
I'm glad they played Terrence Steele. All the players y'all wanted to get paid, they ain't been doing nothing.
But wait a minute.
So we got to deal with it.
They are the ones. They are the
ones. To my little babies, they like little babies again. Y'all cry for them. Y'all, I heard, man, Lord, I listen to all y'all podcasts, False Cowboy, y'all all year. Y'all said, Jimmy better pay something. Is what you call. But no, y'all talking about the players they should have played, but y'all didn't talk about the players they should have kept. Because y'all want to favoritism. Dang.
Are we having a monologue or are we having a dialogue? Now which one is it? Well, wait a minute.
I hate y'all brag on Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn lost me No, I'm like you. I'm a defensive guy. Defense win championships, Law. I'm watching. I'm just saying to all the Cowboys fans. I'm over there looking with me and my friends, and my friends said, "Ma, I know you wish your defensive tackle played like in Baltimore."
Keep talking. I got to take this phone call. Keep talking.
I wish my D tackles played like the Baltimore Ravens D tackles. If you watch Cleveland, how they played against the 49ers, them D tackles beating them guys up. I'm talking about they beat them down. They started, y'all. All the Cowboys fan 49ers team came out there, and the Baltimore bullied them. But when they play us, they bully us because our defensive tackles can't play. 96 still here. He should not even be on the team, y'all. He ain't made a play all year. We should have had Bohanna, Big Country, with Hankins in the middle. That way, D-Law, you saw D-Law play D-N? That's how he played D-N, y'all. Then you put number 92 or 96, 92 or 56 or 53 on the edge, they going to eat. We'll probably about 60, 70 sacks with them big T tackles. And then Michael Parsons running in the middle with Big Harper running 4-4, all played everybody in pimp, but we try to sneak him on the team. We try to sneak him on the practice squad, and he gets snatched by Cincinnati. Y'all see where I'm going? Now, number 2, shout out to J. Lou. J. Lou got heart. I was tearing J. Lou up. J. Lou came back. See, that's what you do. When somebody talk about J. Lou went in the room, and he came back and saw a ball. Number 30, he be playing good. Number 1 is the weak link on that defense. They keep favoritism him. I don't know why. That's Dan Quinn defense, y'all. Dan Quinn is going to be the reason why our team don't make it. Because the Dan Quinn defense is not high there. Now, like I said, if Detroit watched that Buffalo film with them big linemen they got, I'm running right at them small linebackers. But he better put Parsons in the middle. If he don't put Parsons in the middle, like everybody's saying, we're in trouble. Because Parsons going to do damage in the middle. But the weak point is our D tackles, y'all. 96 don't, pitiful. You watch a Corey film. Corey film is right. If I can't wait till Hankins come back, you need to play Hankins with Mozzie. Let him play the 3-tech with your boy 97. Let him play. Let them tell. I'll go 3-4 because your linebacker smile. So you might well put like D-Law playing the end and put 54 or 90 or 56 on the end and put D-Law in the middle. Hey, I try something new. I gonna let 54 put him on the field too, cause he run a 4-4. Sam Williams, put him in the middle with Parson, and let them wreak havoc going up the middle. They big and strong and they fast. That'll be a new thing if they thinking. Y'all see where I'm going? I mean, I'm gonna play my linebackers. I'm finna start. Instead of them attacking me, I'm finna start attacking them with my linebackers. I'll put Sam in the middle with Parson and let them just eat. And then they're gonna have to pass. Then you gonna make them go into a passing offense, and then you put your passing defense in. We need to start attacking them.
All right, I'm back now, man. Now, where were we? Where were we before?
Lord,
wait a minute.
Lord,
no, I had a phone call, man. I had to talk to family members.
Let me tell you what
man.
I said, Lord.
All right, talk to me.
I told the fans, you know what I do? I put Mozzie at 3 tech. I play a 3-4 defense. I put 90 on the edge. Did you see how 90 kill that edge? Put 90 on the edge and put 56 on the edge, 97. Big Hank and Maz in the middle, and I put Sam Williams and number 11 in the middle, and I would start wrecking havoc. Law in the middle with that feet. That's 4-3-4-4 in the middle, big and strong. And instead of them attacking me, now I'm finna attack them defenses. And now what they gonna do, Law? They gonna go to a passing team, and then I can play my safety. You see where I'm going at, Law?
No doubt, doubt, man.
Then you can make them play to your strength.
Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Marv, man.
Look, but you still tell me what you gonna say. What you gonna come with, Lord?
Wait a minute, man. I lost train of thought right here, man. But I was gonna say this before the plane land over here.
Okay.
that when the kids run up the lights or what have you, you know, the light company for dogs sure won't tell the kids that they got to pay the bills, right? So at the end of the day, you know, Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones, they got to pay the bills. And at the end of the day, they are the ones that sign off on all of these players. Now, granted, they were the ones that paid Tony Pollard out there, and we didn't get a multi-back that can be down inside and run to the edge. So they got to get a shift of this blame too. My brother from another mother, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. But hey, man, appreciate you, man.
Before you leave, no.
Yeah, wait a minute. You've been preaching longer than a Southern Baptist preacher, man. Come on, man.
Let me get in, Lord. Because Brandon, on his last podcast, he got you didn't catch it, Lord. Brandon was trying to blame Dak Prescott because we lost.
When?
And he's gonna take You didn't catch it, Lord.
I didn't catch that.
Brandon was trying to blame Dak Prescott because we scored 20 points. No, 71 messed up. The play call was wrong. McCarthy started playing soft. No, I'm not blaming Dak Prescott. No.
Man, I appreciate you, MJ, man. Thank you, man, so much, man. No doubt, man.
Quinn got to come on.
No doubt. Boy, all right, let me see if I can get this screen back together, man. Hold on. Y'all bear with me, man. All right, man, that's MJ, man. The plane that landed about 4 or 5 times, man. All right, woo. All right, man, if these guys still on hold, man, they are some good soldiers here, man. I got Chris 214, you live, 469. What's on your mind? What's good?
Whew. Law, I've been waiting in this line for almost 2 hours. Ooh, man, all right. The whole thing about it, man, like I don't even be on here long, but it's all good, Lon.
Hey, man,
you famous like that. So.
Hey, man, you know, I would start from here on out. Clock game. I put the clock on everybody, but man, you know, it's the holidays time. You know, everybody off for work, man. We chilling, so I just thought, you know, I just kick back. Yeah. Only thing is, right now, believe it or not, it's 2:00. And my belly touching my back. But, you know, I'll sacrifice a little longer, man, for y'all three that's left in the call line. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Well, I'm you know me, I ain't going to be long. But I was just going to ask you about Hey, what about Jefferson?
Malik?
Like, why doesn't he get a turn? Yeah, like
I think he had a
ain't
nagging
that a true
injury.
linebacker?
Yeah, he got hurt. But even though he could move around a little bit, I think he was battling through that little hurt part, you know.
So he like a Vander 2.0.
Yeah, he hurt guy, man. But he is a true linebacker. You know, when he had chances, he flashed. You know, Malik Jefferson. So you know, but I get what you're saying. But look out for Buddy Johnson.
Got you. Oh yeah. And I got one more question, and not only for you, but in terms of like the whole chat. There was a gun to your head right now. Which coordinator do you trust going forward to do the necessary things? Mike McCarthy or Dan Quinn? And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Woo! Hey, can I get an option? Down and out distance? Who got the lead? Do we have the lead or we don't have the lead?
Oh, okay.
What quarter is it?
Okay.
If it's third quarter, I'm sitting here like I'm done both ways. If it's third quarter, whether it's the defense or the offense, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? You might as well play the taps, man. You might as well talk about, hey, man, Law was a great guy. He was a great content creator. But, man, he gone, y'all. Third quarter is done, you know.
Right. All right. No. So, listen, it's going to be the fourth quarter. Say we playing the Detroit Lions. The fourth quarter, about 5 minutes left. We got the ball on the 25. The score is 21-14. We got to drive down there and win. Say if we do score. Yeah.
When we got timeouts and everything, minutes. Shoot, give me Dak. Give me fourth quarter Dak, man. Give me Dak, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that same rule was just against us. That same rule was just against us. The Cowboys' score was 21-19. All we had to have is 3 stops or 4 stops, basically. And Dan Quinn, we had the ball at the 20. He had to drive about 70 yards, man. We dead.
That's true. I mean, yeah, man, because, you know, it's like, I feel like they've been on a roller coaster.
I still trust his offense more than his defense, though. I get it, you know. I get Mike McCarthy.
That's what I wanted to know.
Just give me the offense, man, right now. And this defense, I can't trust them, man. You know, at least let me call the god doggone plays. Hey, let me call the plays, man. Like, get out of the way, Mike. You know, go get a sneaker somewhere, man. I got the play sheet now. Yeah. I got the play sheet now. All right, let me go back to this. Let me go over here. All right, over here, this play said go Mike. CD Lamb, we're going deep drag. Ferg, we're going I'm going to call the guy doggone play.
Right. But, I mean, I will say on Mike McCarthy, that play action from the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Now, that's not the first time that he's called that play. It just didn't work that time.
Yeah.
But that don't mean nothing. I still don't like that they be doing that dumb stuff anyway. Hey man, just run it up the gut, man. It's not like that's very killing mortgage. Do a play action at the 1 yard. Man, just run it up the gut. Like I actually get mad because it works. And just like, hey, you get sacked. That's just a terrible play call. So, yeah, I don't like it.
You know what, Chris?
You don't got to be a boy genius all the time.
We got mirror issues on both sides. Like, for example, Michael Gallup, man, just pause just for a little bit. Michael Gallup and J. Ron Curse are the same people, right? You get where I'm going from? You know what I'm saying? Like a Damone Clark and Tony Pollard is the same people. It's like alternate universe, right? Like Damone would see the lane, just go down the field, but he like, nah, I'm not really ready to go there. All this year, we only had 100-yard rushing with our running back. And he would have the outside, but he would cut back inside. He only hit one time when he cut back inside. and he scored on a touchdown. I think it was against the Rams, or it could have been against the Chargers. That's the only time that he cut back inside, and he scored. Like Tony, all year, man, been cutting back inside. Just keep moving to the outside, man. So we got a mirror team on offense and defense, and that's just what it is. Like Michael Parsons and Dak, same person. You know, oops, I'm talking too much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, Law. We got to have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Oh, my God, man. People ain't going to like that. So what you trying to say about Parsons, Law? You trying to say he ain't showing up in big games? Oops. Look at the 5 games we lost, man. Let me know both of those. Oops, I'm talking a little bit too much. But y'all give it what I'm saying in a jokingly matter, man. In a jokingly matter. I got the last 2 callers, man. I got to really last 3, but I'm going to circle back to No Clone Tyrone and see if he's up. No Clone, are you still up? All right, he gone, man. Mark from the 424, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
Hey, Law, what's going on, man?
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
Nothing much. Hope you enjoyed the holiday. I have just a few points, real quick, and then I'll get out of here. So my first thing was when you played the audio from the 105.3 The Fan show, when they were talking about Tony Romo with this team would have gone to the Super Bowl. I'm so tired of still talking about Tony Romo. Dak Prescott been our quarterback for 8 years. Why are we still talking about somebody who had in 9 years 1 playoff victory and how he would have done so great with a team when we were 13-3 with home field advantage, and he did nothing multiple times. He went 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 like a bunch of times, but we'll skip past that. I think I was encouraged by what I saw in the Miami game. The defense showed a lot of fight. I think at the end, Dan Quinn just got cute and kept playing zone. And I didn't understand why on 3rd and 2 he didn't run blitz them and force them to throw the ball. We stayed real vanilla and real soft. He kind of was playing not to lose the game instead of to go take the game. Your offense went down and got you a touchdown. You're supposed to close that game out. We said the defense is the best group on the team. Or in that situation, somebody's supposed to close it out, whether it be Tank, Micah, or whoever. Somebody's got to get us off the field. Somebody's got to win us that game because you said your quarterback wasn't that guy. Well, he drove down and got you a touchdown, and against their best defensive player. So somebody's got to close it out. And then for the upcoming week against Detroit, I feel like the game plan should be similar to what we did in Miami because they're similar teams as far as they use the run to play action. Neither quarterback is any good when you make them just drop back and pick defenses apart. They rely on the run because they're a play action heavy team. So if we can be disciplined against the run and get our opportunities to pass rush, I think we'll handle Detroit probably by 2 scores. But what we have to do is earn the right to pass rush, and we did some of that last game, but we just got to turn it up a little bit more in this game and moving forward towards the playoffs. But I don't think our team is in any real danger. I just think we're just a few guys being heroes and not being team players away from being special. Dudes jumping out of gaps and trying to make a play instead of just playing your assignment, doing your thing.
Yeah. So it's 2 ways this game gonna go, Mark. And I appreciate you, man, for your thoughts. And I understand the whole Tony Romo thing, man. People love, when I say they love Tony Romo, they love Tony Romo. And when I first started YouTube, I received death threats, you know what I'm saying, for it, you know. And it wasn't just one person, it was multitudes of people. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, hold on, you know. So I can only imagine what Dak Prescott received, what Jace, may he rest in peace, what he received. People love the whole essence of Tony, right? And I get it, and I understand it. But I'm just a content curator, so I can only imagine, like I said, on how others will perceive that particular situation. I would say this, though. The Cowboys fandom, they would not release or relinquish the Tony Romo era, because that was an era whereas we know for sure with proper coaching, with proper scheme and schematics, probably Romo could have won a Super Bowl, right? But we had the Jason Garrett era. We had the whole Fugazi thing with Wade Phillips and the whole bunch of other stuff. But that's water on the bridge. We always had the talent. We had 13 Pro Bowlers one year. Remember that? 13.
Yep.
13 Pro Bowlers. So, and we had the number ones or top 5 defenses during his time frame here. We had explosive weapons, etc. But it is what it is. I would say this with the whole notion of this Detroit game, either this is going to be a blowout game, right? Or it's going to be a game like the Seattle Seahawks. When we're looking at the game like, can we win at the end? It's going to be either those two things. But it is what it is, bro. I thank you so much, Mark, for tuning in.
Yeah. No problem, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, Law.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Appreciate you. Hold on, y'all. I got one more caller, but I got to take this call right quick. Hold on. She just called. I just want to say. Let's see what she want. Hold on. Cause we trying to plan like, after Christmas party, what we do here is we kind of like exchange gifts, right? Is just like you get a bunch of gifts for your family members, $5 and below, $5 and below. And it's just like you just go around and, you just have a good moment. And we trying to plan that. So I'm trying to get this information together. So y'all bear with me. Oh yeah. That's a good call right there. That's a real good call right there. They said, what size Hennessy you want? Oh, well, shoot, say less. I want the big size. Cowboy Roy, you're live on the Nation. The final call.
Lord, what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
I'm so tired of my Cowboys being ran like Candyland from Django. They not giving us what we want, what we desire. We got Stephen Calvin Jones, and we got Stephen McClay. And you can't. I love what Will McClay does. I love what he does as far as drafting, but he's part of the problem because we stay cheap. We won't go and get all. We won't go all in on free agency. We won't go all in. I mean, the same lie that was told to us when Garrett was here, when Garrett was running the team, and saying that when we drafted Ezekiel Elliott, the same lie that they told us. Oh well, he'll help our defense. The defense is supposed to help the offense. The defense is what wins championships. Your defense should travel. Your run game should travel. I'm just tired of the cheapness of our team. I'm tired of them not giving us what we want. I'm tired of them, the things they have kept in place, the cheapness. And we've lost some misuse of players. Big Bo, Ridgeway. We've lost Cooper, Wilson, Cedric Wilson. Those are players that should be Cowboys for life. No, they let them go. They should have been Cowboys. Big Bo was coming on, man, and we got rid of him. No way should Gallimore be on this team. He shouldn't even be on the team. I mean, Dan Quinn needs a governor. He really does, because he doesn't have an eye for defensive tackles, nor does he have an eye for linebackers. We see that. We see it. Proof is in the pudding. You need somebody that overrides him on the sidelines. Like, no, you're going to play linebackers on this particular down. You're going to play this big defensive attack on this. But you need somebody that's a governor on him, because he doesn't have a talent eye for defensive tackles and linebackers. Look at the draft. Look at the draft. All you got to do is look at the draft.
You just look at the draft. So, here's what I'm going to say, man. And I'm not going to leave the lame out there, because I know for sure he worked close with these players. And he said the things that he have to work on and correct are the misusage of some of the people far as skill set on that front.
Yeah.
Defensive line. We all love Durday. Durday is a real good guy, but
he's
I'm gonna say this. I'm looking around, man.
British people. What do British people know about American football?
No. From what I was told, and, this is not from the grapevine. They have to. He's politically gifted there. You see what I'm saying? That's a political move there. And I'm not beating him up. I'm not saying that Durday is a terrible coach, but there are things that he just don't coach up well as it relates to that on that front. That's all I'm saying. All right, and as far as the linebacker situation, this is his first time ever coaching linebackers. So there's got to be some growing pains. And then when you have another guy that's the assistant coach to that, is your guy, Darian Thompson, who just was a safety here on this team, right? So there are a massive drop off when it's down to those things, right? When you are doing it for the namesake of, hey, this is a lot of stuff, man, that we want you to pick up. But if you start to look around the league, it's one of those things whereas you will see that they go out there and get some real guys who got irons in the fire. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is, man, I think, I've been following the Cowboys since the 70s, man. I remember when Reggie Collier was the first black quarterback I ever seen playing for the Dallas Cowboys. And for those listeners that know who Reggie Collier was, he used to play for Tennessee, came out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I go way back, man. But I'm just tired of the cheapness of the Dallas Cowboys. I really am tired of the cheapness, and I think that's a part of what they like. They like that everything is cheap. You draft all these rookies, you bring rookies, you get rid of who you don't want. We like this philosophy. We like our guys. That's killing us, man. It's killing us.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't fight against the NFL and the rest and fight your indoor politics. That's a two-headed monster, man. That's hard to overcome. It really is hard to overcome.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. Hey, all I can say is, man, and I hope I don't get nobody to think that I'm beating up on our positional coaches. But come on, man, that's just the reality of it, man. And it is what it is, man. I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right, talk to you.
Yes, indeed. Hey, that's my guy, Cowboy Roy from the 603. I had to turn the volume down on it a little bit. My bad. Let me know if the volume skip around, and I appreciate y'all for letting me know of being the in studio producer.
Goodbye.
Rhonda says, lovely. Says, Cowboy Nation, America's team. Thank you, Law. Appreciate you. And speaking of that, I got my guy Foots the King going at it with Michael Parsons. Hey, I can't make this stuff up. Salute to my guy Foots the King. That means that they are listening. That means that they are picking up what we are putting out. But this shouldn't mean that my guy Foots should change his mind. And he said in the group chat he stands on what he says over here. And I think Foots is a very thorough guy. I don't think that he's wee-wooing anyone. And I think that Foots is saying this, and I'm not beating up Parsons when I say this, but the dog that get hit with the brick yelps. If this wasn't true, he would have kept moving on and letting it slide, right? So Foots here says once again, I want Micah, because he didn't even put Parsons there. He didn't even tag him, and I love it. I love it. But people gonna tag snitch on him, right? And that's what people do. They mess it. They gonna tag snitch it. Foots said once again, I want Micah to realize these players around the league, not your friend. Hopefully he gets it. He put his shades on, right? And then maybe this guy tag snitched him and said, okay, Parsons, they're not your friend, bro. It's time to punish them when we play them again. Have them boys ready, right? And, of course, you know, his name is his name. His name is his name. And when his name is mentioned, he says, this is from Parsons, quote, laugh out loud. Show me a game where I treated an opponent like a friend. This is a jungle, baby. But also tactic. I'm not going to war on social media. It's not good for no one, right? Unquote. So he's saying, show him the money, show him the game where he treated or they treated people as it relates to friends. But the dog, they get hit with the brick yelps, right? So somewhere along the way, the response was warranted. Foots then reply and say, you see Debo energy? He really hurts, you know. And the network's using your tweets as topics. Demon time, bro. And I know Foots, he gonna keep going and going and going. And the games where the 49ers rushed for 49 attempts with 240 plus yards. Love you, Micah. It wasn't you getting the Niners jersey when they were bashing you by 40 points, huh? You know, with the question mark. And also losing back-to-back years in the playoffs. So now what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're going to have I need to be right syndrome, right? There's going to be people that's going to say Foot's right, and then there's going to be people that say that Parsons is right. But in actuality, two things can be true. And I'm going to tell y'all this right here. Let's just focus in on destroying the Detroit team. I'm not finna go back and forth reading all of these tweets, but I did reshare it on my page, or you can go to Foots the King page and digest all of the things that's going back and forth with this particular topic. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. We're going to read these super chats, but I'm going to tell y'all what a wise lady told me once before. And let me make sure I get to y'all super chats before we depart and all of this great stuff. I know we've been live for a long time, and I thank all of you guys' support. I thank all of you guys for tuning in for this long marathon type of show. Man, I know that you guys are with the nation. Put it right there. Come on, pull on up. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. All right, boom, got to pop it out right here. Boom, pop that out. And boom, and bam, and thank you, ma'am. Give me 1 second here. I got to move over here. Got to pull this over here. Put the plus arrow. Boom. And it should pop up here. Okay. And funding. Okay. All right. So we can see it all on the screen. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all know how it goes. We're going to read these super chats and get things moving. But I'm going to tell y'all what that wise lady told me, too, at the end. So y'all stay tuned. But I got to give y'all some cover. There we go. Yeah. Understand both sides. JD says Jerry Nonsense did what? I guess Jerry moved right and he cut Rashaan Evans. Ken Art says, appreciate you. Thank you for your super chat for the $5 support. Parsons needs hands on guidance like many other young adults in this working environment. You need a leader, somebody to tell him, like, hey, simmer down just a little bit. Here's one thing I can tell y'all for sure. There's never been greats, Hall of Famers, the elite ones on social media. They've never been. If so, if I'm wrong, let me know who. In any sport, right? Let me know of the guy. And don't y'all say Draymond Green, you know. There's never been those that's on the social media. They're too focused in. They're too locked in. And I'm not saying that Parsons not great. But this is a slippery slope. There's a reason why the poem, If You Can Keep Your Head When All About You Are Losing Theirs, and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hating. And don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped and build back up again with worn out tools. And my friend, if you just digest what I just said, that's what Parson is going through. Nigel says, this late in the season, I don't think we have to answer on defense on what they need. Yeah. We need to get to the quarterback. We need to continue to push this thing all the way through. Defense win championships. For right now, we're not playing championship style of defense, though, by the way. Glenn Caper says offense is starting to look killing-ish again. Yeah, we do. Remember, we only change 30% of this offense. So we're going to have to change and correct some things. We got Zach Luna. Shoot, Law, just put me in at linebacker. I feel you, bro. I got you.
Yes! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
We got Chris 214. I sure hope that Jimmy Johnson, Ring of Honor, can give us an extra boost. Salute. Rhonda, thank you for the 7 months of the silver level. Appreciate you. Bud, appreciate you for the $1.99. Thank you for the $1.99 again. We got rid of Ronald Jones too soon. He was a short down at the back. Yeah, he was a short yardage guy. He was. We got Conley Jones. Appreciate you. Happy holidays, Cowboy Nation. The one thing that is sad for us is simply Trey Lance is still the third string behind Cooper Rush. Just saying. Play out the best talent in all positions.
Not the one who made the rules.
I don't make the rules there, Conley. And right now, he is still picking up the playbook. The last beat of information that I heard is that they utilized him great deed in preparing for teams like the Eagles and as well as the Buffalo Bills. They using him as a scouting quarterback, and they were very beneficial by utilizing his skill set and that for practice. I think that with Trey Lance, where he's going to shine is in Oxnard next year. He's going to really shine for us, man. Law, hang up on my guy. You know, I see you, Trayvon Hill. Appreciate you talking about not Coach Marr, but the MJ. Appreciate you. And thank you so much, Rondas. Cowboy Nation, we are the America's team. Appreciate you. Thank y'all, man, for y'all support, your love and adulations for the donations that help grow the nation. Let's go. Appreciate y'all for the super chats. Thank everybody for tuning in. But at the end of the day, even though on a marathon type of show, and even though we got the dog that get hit with the brick yips, salute to my guy Parsons, and the hearts of hearts Foot's been probably following this team before Parsons was born. Foot's the king want one thing, and one thing only, is for us to win. And I agree. I agree. And if you disagree, I understand. But collectively, for those who's wanting the silver and blue with the star on the side of the helmet to win, you guys can understand the same thing. We know that the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder networks love to twist our words and use them against us. They love to say that we are an accident waiting to happen. They mocked us. They laughed at us when Trayvon Diggs went down. I said in the group chat, they made fun of us. They made all type of videos when we lose. The 49ers lost this past week on Christmas Day. Stephen A. Smith didn't make a video. Shay Sharp didn't pour up his drink, didn't smoke no cigar. There wasn't multitudes of people calling Brock Purdy ass on national TV. He looked different. They had 4 INTs, 5 INTs together. The world stayed the same. But in those same circumstances, when the Cowboys lose, people coming up out of the grave making videos. Everywhere we go, we can't even walk to the store, we spit upon. They mock us, they laugh at us, they poke at us. And we supposed to take it on the chin. We supposed to walk around with our heads up. We supposed to be anti-delusional with everything, right? We supposed to say, hey, beat us up, talk bad about us. But when we push back, they say, oh, look at those Cowboy fans believing in their team. Look at those die-hard Cowboy fans. That's what it is. It's to the point that we are the real ones and everyone else with their fan bases are the fake ones. I've literally seen a fan base to lose on Sunday, like the Houston Texans, and the first thing they do is jump over here on Cowboys airways and Cowboys community chats and talk mess. I'm old enough to remember and see that even the Eagles, they lose 3 weeks in a row, and the first thing they do is they jump over here, spreading their Eagles emojis, spitting at it and laughing at us, even when we win. Even when we win. So we can't win for losing, and we for damn sure can't lose a game. The context don't matter. They don't care. They use our good name and our fortune for profit. And now we got players on this team that's not wise. And he falls right into the snare, the traps that it is. And it's called social media. Now granted, money is money. That's why they call it money, right? For the love of money is the root of all evil. But when people read deeper down into the context of that scripture, it says money answereth all things, not some things, not a few things, but all things. So I get it. Make your money. Make your coins. But it comes with things attached. And there are those who only see it from profit. And that is the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder network. But I say to you all, those who can go 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours strong with no commercial breaks, who can give y'all the rudiments of this information for free, is why y'all over here listening to the nation. That wise lady said this too, and that wise lady is my mom. She said mud is easier to remove once it's dry. And if you're young, you might not understand it. Mud is easier to remove once it's dry. You say, the social media is very muddy. And the information that you put out there, it becomes messy. Because there's not enough context to when you put something out there. And when you have the impressions of a Micah Parsons, and when you have the impressions of this particular team, franchise, and organization, they will use the little things that you say to muddy the waters, to muddy the situation. And it don't matter how much you try to wipe it up, you only smears it. And then see what happened with Parsons. He tried to wipe it up and he smeared it. And it goes down the rabbit hole to another conversation, and to another conversation. And now it's just muddy. And there will always be people to pick sides. And the only solution to this, believe it or not, is for us to win it all the way out. Because if not, they're gonna look back at that muddy situation and bring it back up and put it on you. So that's why I say, mud is easier to remove once it dries. Shout out to Mama. But write this down. Whether you like me or not, these are the truths to the matter. How bad do you want it? You got people on the outside of this team believing more than this team than the people on the inside of this team. RG3 said he sees this team as a Super Bowl caliber team. And the one thing that they need to change is the mindset. It's the thoughts of this team on how they approach this thing. Well, I'm glad that he mentioned. Give me some fire in the chat. I'm on my last lap here. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, and fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, oh just simply, go after the thing you want, not social media, not being on TV, not talking about this and that, but he said if you go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, not some, but with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famish, or fame, or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged, oh my gosh, and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, you will get it. So what do you want? They say people have not because they ask not. What do you really want? What is your goal? You want to be the king of what? Social media? Or you want to be the best player available? The best athlete out there? You want to make an impact so big that when people look back at your storyline, all they say is this person, everything and anything that he did was in the honor and the name of football. You want to be able to have the legacy. When you walk on the grass, it dies behind your feet. When you walk on concrete, it turns to sand. And we can count the grains of sands in our pockets because we done already crossed the burning sands. What do you want? How do you want to be remembered? What legacy are you leaving behind? How bad do you want it? That's why I said if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, pigs don't know what to do with the pearls. Sometimes you gotta pick your fights and your battles. Why argue with a fool? Because from afar, you can't tell them apart. Choose wisely, y'all. Stand tall or not at all. What do you want? Where are you going? Where have you been? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hey, at the end of the day,
not the one who make the rules, right? Do it, left, do it, right, do it,
sacrifice. Right. I want my flowers.
It's an evil world we live in.
Come on, baby. Give me my theme music, too.
Give me my thing, you.
Hey. Give it to me, baby. Damn. Let's go, baby. One love. Roll those crates.
Kind of check or something.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Thank you.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just
We still got the Christmas decorations.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Somebody pull your Christmas lights down.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Yeah. Kind of check a song.
Who still be having their Christmas lights up after the New Year's?
Count that too, count it up.
Come on, shout out to you, Ken Art, Nigel, appreciate you, Glenn, Zach, Chris 214, Rundas, appreciate you, lovely Sparks. Hey.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still
get down or lay down.
Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T, Black, I'm with Revan now.
Yeah.
I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit.
Evil world we live in.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no bills, I make the deal. I have to take it to the hill. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song.
Evil world we live in.
I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome.
Come on.
I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clothes. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
All I ask
Kinda check a
is when
song.
you lay your head on that pillow,
I just wanna
bring your rain, you gotta deal with the money.
count that too. Hey, we came on a mission. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
They can come closer than close.
Lately, I just
It's
wanna
an evil world we live in.
Original, they never will be.
Lately, I just wanna.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Let's go, baby.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. Woo, push on my bullshit. Hey, I'm still involved. Oh, I'm still them boys.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
I'm still. What the truth? I'm still them boys.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it.
They can come closer than close.
I'm still them boys. Them boys. I'm still them boys.
Until next time.
Now y'all don't